can easily access you.
Oh.
I don't like
Oh.
that.
Is this like
Bad
organ
touch.
harvesting or?
Well, Aleutian, I had you as a friend on the old one, but I had to get a new account.
Why?
Oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I shouldn't be using the account that I was using.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're the Chinese hacker in this scenario? How dare you?
Please, I can't even run my computer. What makes you think I can hack something?
Don't worry, I can't.
Strongest hacker of all.
It's the best cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Is the room up? Why can't I find it?
She hides all her hacker tools in layers of toolbars on
Oh.
her web browser.
You have to add Illusion as a friend, and then it should be under friends.
Yeah, fat chance, kiddo.
Mm-hmm. No Soviet.
Did you say you Soviet?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, after
We're not friends, and it showed it.
haha,
You Soviet scum.
greenlit. Except you're blue.
I'm eating coffee taffy from Costa Rica. It's quite good.
Costa Rica. Costa Rica.
That sounds pretty damn delicious.
Alright. Sorry.
Alright.
Alright.
So I didn't understand this Pikachu thing until tonight.
What Pikachu thing?
Like Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
They're doing a live action, and it's being
amazing,
voiced by
right?
Deadpool. Fuck me.
What?
Yeah, man.
Wait, Pikachu's being voiced by?
Is Detective
By Ryan
Pikachu?
Reynolds.
It's a live action
Oh, that's
movie
fucking badass.
with Pokemon.
Yeah, but they could have made it 1,000 times better if they swapped the actor for, like, I don't know, imagine if Pikachu was talking like Morgan Freeman or something.
No. It needed to be Danny DeVito, if anyone else. It would have had to be Danny DeVito.
Take
What
the
is
sword,
negative
Ash!
You wanna
Mike,
go out
we've
and bang
reached
some
negative
wars?
Basically, a Dr. Doolittle for Pokemon.
That's
What?
badass.
No, it's not. Because the main guy can't speak to all Pokemon, just one.
Pretty
Get
sure you can
wrecked.
speak to all of them.
Pretty sure it's like one of those, like, you know, oh my god, we have a special connection thing.
I have a special connection to Ryan Reynolds.
And then you're gonna get into the movie theater and watch it, and it's gonna be a Dr. Doolittle Pokemon movie.
If it is, I'll literally call you on Discord from the theater on speaker. And I'll be like, alright guys, what is Ashley? Yeah, she's right. But it'll never happen because you're wrong.
Slow clap in the background. Well, I do believe we are ready to go. Everybody's here? I haven't heard a peep out of... Oh, no, Steve's here. We're good. And so is Mike.
Yep.
Dave!
It's -2 degrees outside.
It is
Very
-8
nice.
degrees.
My
Your
computer says it's -2.
Your
Oh.
computer's full of shit.
It was 39 here.
Oh, brotherly love.
My phone says it's 8 or it's 7.
It's funny because they treat each other badly. Welcome back to another game of Skyfall 5e. It's good to have you guys here. How's the week? Anything fun happen?
New job.
He's got 2 jobs. It's just 2 jobs.
It's just 2 jobs. 2 jobs.
I turn another age tomorrow.
Whoa.
Oh, congrats. That's a big deal.
Early birthday wishes.
What are
did
you doing
anything
for
special?
Yeah, what are you doing for your Sweet 16?
Not sure yet. Probably buying a new car and then crashing it, you know.
Getting a
the
second
usual.
truck. Go
I'm
all
not
in.
crashing this one. I'm gonna get another one. I'm not gonna crash this one.
Well, so
Just buy a beater.
That was weird.
sounds
Normally,
bad.
people just kind of sit there and don't say anything when I ask them what's going on in their lives. But that's cool. So things are happening. I like that.
They happen.
We have lives.
We have, yeah, it's so strange. Questionable, debatable.
Fully disagrees.
So we're all back here and ready to go. And you guys had left off in the little secondary building there in Edgar's estate, and we're plotting what to do upon entry because of the whole, demon fiasco. It's late in the evening. It's a very stormy day outside. Like heavy sheets of rain and thunder constantly coming down, and you guys are bundled up in here. What's the plan?
Yo,
All
Edgar,
right.
what's
Yeah.
the plan?
Right. Well, the old man out there had me thinking. There is anything going on suspicious, whether it's short term or even longer term. I would want to give my father any chance that we can. So, I'd like for you two here, the self-proclaimed, and I literally air quote this, brain bros.
Oh no.
Oh,
To see if you can look into possession.
Can you make a perception roll for me, please, Edgar?
Sure.
The brain bros are already possessed.
Ooh, could have been real bad. Now it's average. 50. Did you get that?
Yeah. I think it was 15.
Yeah.
Segmented. When you look over towards the brain bros, you notice something curious, which is that outside, beyond the window, you think you see in a brief flash of thunder what looks to be two humanoid figures. The moment the flash is gone, well, you don't see anything there.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Human, like, I can't make anything out, just the shadow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the light was behind them, so... And the pizza was in my mouth. I got one slice to go. Leave me alone.
Just leave me alone. Okay, I'll just kind of rub my eyes here, thinking it's just stress. Right. The order teaches us a thing or two about possession, but anything this extreme, and we're talking about something that would be, well, a year long affair at most, or at minimum, right? It's where my father started acting a bit strange, I think. So, if you guys can look into it, I think Annabelle, Aurelio, and I, maybe you can go see if we can requisition some divine weapons for you all. I know that Tidge now has a pretty nice pen that you can use. That's been under your nose this entire time, but at least we can use it now. And I can take care of myself in that regard. So, if we can get some extras, at least we'll be well equipped for whatever's to come.
Speaking of well equipped, I would probably prefer to, I don't know, take a long rest here if we have the time. I'd like to prepare some different spells. If you're thinking it might be possession.
Table talk. Didn't we come here, sleep, and wake up, or have we just been awake since we got here?
I thought we just
I think
walked
this
in the
is
room and did
fresh out of
stuff.
prison. This is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I misunderstood. The Inquisition seems to have been here for at least a short while, so I'd rather us be prepared, and if that took a brief 8-hour repose where you can get your wits about you, then I think we can accommodate for sure.
Because I'm guessing I wouldn't have been able to swap my spells while in prison, right? There's a pretty good chance.
I mean, I don't think you would have access to your book and all that, right? So.
Yep.
Yep.
So I've literally had the same spells for however long we're in prison.
You don't just have that shit written in your head.
It's complicated.
Right. Okay. Well, if you guys can ask the Inquisition for any resources, I don't want to trust them. Stay alert and don't share anything you don't have to. But the older man does seem a little more sympathetic to our cause than the folks back in Soulsland. So, get what you can. We'll get some equipment. And this shouldn't be too long, equipment-wise anyways, but
Mid-sentence, Edgar, there's another flash there, and a thunderous bit of lightning outside. And you see what looks like a pair of yellow eyes staring at you through the window behind your friends.
I just kind of shake my head and cut myself off there. I think you guys get what I'm saying. I'm just gonna get some air, if you guys don't mind. And it would seem awkward, definitely strange for Edgar to end what he was saying that way. So I'll just kind of get up, hand on the pommel here, and go towards the outside where I saw the window.
Okay. You go to step outside, and it is cold. Like, it's terrible and very rainy and all that jazz. And when you turn the corner and make your way outside of the house, there's something peculiar there. And I'd like you to make a perception check, please.
It's gonna be bad, I have a feeling. Yeah, it's not great. 13? Yeah, 13. Oh wait, it's perception, my bad. I was rolling on insight for some reason. 10.
10? Okay. Turning around the corner, you see again, in another flash of lightning, a set of humanoid figures there. And, oh, hi. Hi, people.
This is... What?
What's happening?
Oh my god, we got so many.
Where we drop crossover episode?
You see, drenched in rain, what appears to be a black tabaxi, who is wearing a set of like leather armor with a couple guns holstered at his side. You see a strange robotic simulacrum there, clad in heavy armor. A man with greasy hair covered in darts from head to toe. And I think that's about it. Are we missing somebody? We're missing... yeah. So you see those three standing out there, and you recognize the eyes there as being like the yellowish eyes of the tabaxi now that must have been looking at you through the window. And as for you three standing out there in the rain, you see a knight clad in armor and some noble heraldry on a somewhat magnificent set of plate armor, who comes around the corner and looks over at you guys with the hand on the pommel of his sword. And you had just been kind of spying on him through the window a moment ago.
Oh, Dominic, they've spotted us. Oh no.
Are you guys part of the Inquisition? Because I'm telling you right now, we don't have much patience for that.
What is the Inquisition? We are not familiar.
The strange characters seem confused, standing there, out in the rain.
I'll look confused and I'll look to my left and right here, because there must be Inquisition patrolling the grounds, right?
So you're like out here, and speaking with, give me 2 seconds here. Tuesday, you can pop into tabletop and sit down wherever you want. There's a bunch of stuff in some bags for you all, as we'll be sharing a table for a couple sessions at least.
It's a secret crossover episode.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Hello, Tuesday.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hello.
This is a pleasant surprise.
Hell.
Oh no, there's no color to pick.
Welcome to Welfare Wednesday.
Where nobody has money and everything sucks.
All your money.
Yeah.
Money.
Where everything's
Are
made up
all
and
your-
poor shit.
Are all your names Tuesday?
I got an achievement.
I
Now,
did too. Holy shit.
Edgar, you had known around the corner there was an Inquisition member who was kind of standing by the main door, but you had come out the side door by the barracks where these guys were. And, there's probably some Inquisition nearby, but these people don't seem to wear any of their sigils or anything.
Who are you exactly if you're able to get onto my family's estate's grounds, completely avoiding the Inquisition?
Well, I think we're like you. You and your friends in there, pointing to the back of my neck. You're great souls, no?
Mm-hmm.
Us too.
Coal Coat, what is this? I didn't know we were supposed to go here and meet other people.
Well, I don't know. I was spying on them through the window, but I think they are great
I
souls.
see.
They have the symbol.
I'm looking visibly confused still. You guys realize you're not giving me much to go on, right?
Oh, here, look, we've got it too. And I'll show you mine.
Okay. We're...
Do you show him yours?
There's a little slot where just around my crotch for my plate armor. It just opens up like a shutter, and I show you mine. No.
It's like the tiny little door to an oven or something.
A little... Exactly. Do you happen to have an amulet that is sending and receiving messages?
Oh my goodness, you're one of the groups?
I'm just nodding my head. I don't know of many great souls that seem to be on similar paths, so I just kind of a shot in the dark, really. But okay. Look, are you guys here with the Inquisition's knowledge, or did you get past them somehow?
This was an accident, I think.
Kind of a crash landing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, get inside. I think the group's gonna want to talk to you here. No sense talking in the rain where we can get spotted. And I'll just open the door and kind of gesture, my hand, inviting them in.
Alright. Yeah, Earl's moving in. Can I see any weaponry on this little knight guy?
Yeah, he has a, what is it that you have? A sword and shield at your side?
Yeah, my shield would be the Second Son Paladin shield, so it's it looks a little more adorned compared to your regular shield because it's my holy symbol, and then I have just your standard longsword, yeah.
Are there any, good weapons on him, like a dart, for instance, or maybe, a small throwable object?
No, you don't see any of that.
My
Earl
javelins would
scoffs,
be
moves
inside.
ahead.
Yeah.
With a tinge of disappointment, you follow in his wake, and soon you guys have made your way through into the building. Now, Dominic is not with you, as when you guys had gone back towards the ship to talk about the strange people here in this little building, you felt time skip, and he disappeared for a moment, a great soul's complication. But the three of you have since gone back out into the rain, had this strange talk with this knight here, and he leads you into the room here. And are you guys in tabletop?
Yeah, there's no
yeah.
colors though.
Oh, let me make some colors for you guys then.
Yeah, because I can't touch anything.
Yeah, let me see here.
It's gonna get a little crowded.
So are the rest of us just asleep? Since our first decision was to take a long rest.
No, I'd say this happened like a moment ago, so like you guys are,
Yeah.
like you grab the sheets and the door opens kind of thing.
So we're all just in bed.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I think this will make a color here. So we need how many? So we got yellow there. What other colors do we not have? Here we'll get teal,
Ooh,
purple,
purple. Purple.
pink's taken, brown.
I think we're good.
Brown.
Oh, I probably should take...
Ashley's brown. you'll find that the bags should have all of your gear. Set yourselves up wherever it is that you can find some space. Some of you may have to double up. Also, go ahead and take my little thing over here. And, let me move a thing or two here.
If you have a choice, don't sit by me or Connor because we roll like shit.
Holy
yeah.
fuck.
And
They
it's
literally
contagious.
they have space aids. Don't.
I wasted all my rolls yesterday, so.
90%
Come here, baby.
Connor's rolls are threes.
Come here, baby.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to them.
Oh, wow. Who's that, man?
The hell would he be talking to you?
I don't know.
Mike saddles up all close.
I made some room on my shit if you guys need.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go to the left side of this thing here if we need more. My
Just
dice is a little big, but
If
Why
you
don't
touch
we
my
confine
charging
the space
stations,
age?
we're not friends, so just be wary.
Here, Connor, you take my shit.
I've got some room.
I'll just put myself on this corner.
God damn it.
Make yourselves comfortable. Retrieve your...
Aww.
2 greens.
No.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Let me move Falcon.
Grandma, what are you doing?
I'm moving my life. There. You guys can go over here. We'll keep the space ages up.
Holy shit. This
Oh
is
yeah,
a-
some of our dice were big.
they're a little big.
Oh, he's coming.
It's even bigger than the filthy slut die.
Where is that?
It's over on Steve's desk.
we don't like to talk about that one.
Holy shit. That's a lot bigger dice than the slut die.
But Tuesday does roll better than you guys. That's objectively true, so... there could be
That's good.
something to
Too
it.
bad.
Oh, thank God.
Get your tokens out first, if you could. And you can right-click your bags and go search to find them.
Ooh.
Very nice, very nice. So you guys are in here, in this room. You guys see the drawings and stuff? The tabletop load okay?
Do you think the chances of rolling better are, directly related to the size of their dice?
Oh, yeah.
That was the thought.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we've run the tests.
Interesting.
So, you guys see Edgar step back into the room. And as he opens up, his armor now, drenched in rain, he doesn't come in alone. And after that weird moment where it seemed like he had a sort of strange thought to himself, he returns with 3 people. Tabaxi, a Simulacrum, and Erlebald, you're a straight human, right?
Yeah, I'm just a human.
A human with 1,000 darts on him. They all step into the room, and you guys see a pair of tieflings and a Goliath over there by the other bed, and a gnome as well, wasn't it? You're a gnome, right?
Yeah.
You always forget.
The little people are the same to me. I don't know how to...
It's always gnome or
Yesterday when he was
One of the
describing,
same.
he's like, you see a smaller person, a gnome, or maybe a halfling.
Right, when I was a halfling, I was just a gnome, so at least he got it on the first try.
Yes!
Nice.
Got it.
Should I be a kobold next?
Just name small creatures. You
You're
see
a
a goblin
goblin,
or a dog or something.
I think there's a cat in the corner. Oh, no, wait.
Guys, this seem a bit weird, but here's one of the other groups that we've been talking to through the amulet. And I'll kind of nod to Tidge here because he's the one that's been in charge of that.
Whoa. This is very strange. Did the amulet have something to do with us coming here? It's more talking to Mackinac, but just the group in general.
I am uncertain. There were no previous indications that the amulet would have that kind of an impact.
You see, we were trying to get to Soulsland, and well, first there was a giant monster trying to kill us in the fire area, and now we're here.
The fire area?
Yeah, the spaceship malfunctioned. You know how those things go.
I'm just shaking my head. No, I don't.
Aurelio, didn't you want to see the spaceship? Wait, you came from a spaceship?
His
Yes,
name
we
is
found it.
Harold.
What's a spaceship?
Mackinac?
Okay.
A more accurate interpretation may be a dream ship.
Oh yes,
Yes.
a dream ship.
Thank you for
I
clarifying.
hope that clears it up,
Mackinac.
yeah.
Things are about to
Right.
get weird.
Well,
It let us travel around to anywhere, any plane, anything as far as we know.
He also has a gigantic spider that he controls. So far, Harold's pretty cool.
I'm just slowly nodding at this point, mouth slightly agape, wondering what the fuck they're talking about.
I'll chirp up and I'll say, Edgar, remember what Jum said. My hand is on my weapon at the moment, so I'm a little uneasy.
Mm.
And I'll look to whoever's leading the group or closest to me, and I'll say, "So what's your name then?"
Oh yes, how
And,
how rude of us. I am Colcoat.
Esquire.
Recently of nobility. I'll point to the other. This is Earl, and this is Mackinac.
Hello.
We are part of Catman Robotics. It's our business. We run it at the Vasana.
Make a history roll for me, please, Tidge. Oh,
Nat 20. So total of 26.
Oh, Jesus.
having grown up in Oris Ren, you know a bit about the Empire and the surrounding area, and you know that Vosnex is the very technologically advanced component of the Empire. And you've been there a couple times, doing a trip, preparations for expeditions, the ones we don't talk about, and you actually know Catman Robotics. You haven't done any business there or anything like that, but you're aware that it's a mechanics shop that's like down in one of the lower wards. And there was rumor that the original owner had passed away, and this was like years back, right? Like ways back. And when he passed, he had apparently given up his shop to his, son, so to speak, which was a simulacrum that he had created. And you realize at this point that that's who you're speaking to, and that must be what this Mackinac fellow is over by the door.
You said Catman Robotics?
Yes, indeed.
I've heard of. Wasn't. And I'll kind of look to the simulacrum. You're the son of the former owner, aren't you? Or the
That
creation
is a
of
correct
it?
interpretation. My creator, in fact, owned the shop prior to my survival.
Can't say that I know much about you, about your group, but I have. Huh. So you have one of these amulets?
Yes. It's, actually good that we met you then. I assume that you've talked to us through the amulet before, yes.
My hand's still on my rifle. What's your call sign?
Mackinac, what was our call sign?
I believe our name appeared as Light Killer.
Yes, Light Killer. What's the deal with Celestine? Some people like her, some people don't like her. She likes to watch people through amulets. It's really a mixed bag.
Wait, she's watching us. Uh-oh.
That's news to us as well.
Oh, yeah, Harold said that Celestine could see where all the amulets were. Or at least saw them somewhat.
Oh, that's okay, she's good, right? An angel.
Well, they don't like her that much, right?
Yeah, which group are you?
I looked at Tidge. I looked at Edgar. What would Jem say?
Jem would let this play out.
I nod.
We're tight, massive.
We're the ones who just handled the situation out east with this rotten temple business and released Death to kill a June.
Oh, very interesting. We were looking for treasure in the jungle. Very important.
Well, not treasure, Colcoat. It's more important than that.
Right. I understated.
It's a dart, Colcoat. Take it more seriously, please.
My apologies, Earl. The golden dart. We were trying to track it down for Earl.
Yes, it has eluded us. Some sorcerer came before we had gotten to my home, and, well, he ransacked it and stole my dart.
Oh.
So,
Okay. Right. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this here. You crash landed, you said, right on my father's estate because you were looking to get to Soulsland, and here you are inside of Inquisition lockdown on an estate where my father might possibly be possessed. So you can understand that if this is a coincidence, we're just trying to figure out why you're here and if you're prepared for the deep shit that's out there.
I'm afraid I do not understand. Most of the information you just stated is new to me.
Yes, we do not know what this Inquisition is. And actually, where are we? We're not quite sure.
So we're just outside of Soulsland at the Lyle estate.
Oh, we're almost there.
Yeah,
Good
we're
old
so
Harold.
close.
Correct.
And he's a really good bot.
And,
You don't know the Inquisition? Count yourselves lucky.
Yeah.
The fucking accent caught me off guard. Holy shit.
Be fortunate that it's not
It's not Marge.
Marge.
Oh gosh, guys, don't you worry. I could do that one on the drop of a hat.
No, don't do that, please. The Inquisition, the Eldritch Inquisition specifically, controls much of Soulsland through their tower. We just actually got incarcerated by them for quite some time for investigating some matters related to a June. Off the books, not with the help of the law. And they didn't take too kindly to that. So, having 3 people slip by their patrols through the night is going to raise some questions. Just
if they see you here, they will try to, well, incarcerate you.
Yeah, they'll probably arrest you.
That'll be
That's
a
okay.
blow to
We'll
their pride.
get the hunter killer to come out.
I furrow my brow.
I think Harold needs some rest, Colcoat, right? Shouldn't we?
All right, he might be the damage. Yes, we'll see. We've got this ship, but it should be cloaked right now. I don't think they'll find it.
I'm pouring through some of my notes in a journal real quick.
Sure.
Okay,
Oh, hey, question for you guys. Have you seen this before? And I'll pull out this little chisel I have that has a marking on it of family in Soulsland, and show it to you guys. We found this at the temple. We think someone from Soulsland had broken in, and we don't know if it has anything to do with the destruction and the theft.
I'll take a look at it, I guess.
Edgar, given your background, you're actually familiar with what you're looking at. It's a simple chisel, but down at the bottom there's a little crest there denoting who it is that made the chisel. Mm-hmm. And it looks to come from a crafting family that works specifically with stone quite a bit, and you actually know which family it is. So like you could lead them there if need be. They're not nobility by any means, but they are well-to-do.
Sure. I mean, that's a pretty telling marking. You know, in Solsland, a lot of the families are broken up into what their trades have been doing for generations. So I'm sure we can go to the right district after I wrap things up here and point you in the right direction.
Now, a question for you about them. We found the tools in the middle of a magical jungle. Do you know how these people would have gotten there? We
Well,
almost got lost and died in it.
It might not be them specifically, right? They do sell equipment, so the chisel doesn't necessarily prove ownership. It just proves origin.
Ah, yes, interesting. I like this guy. Good ideas.
Sorry
wait.
if I'm changing subjects.
I laugh at Kalik, and I flash him a thank you through my eyes.
I just kind of smirk. What's your dealings with Yanti? You said beware of snakes. You're on some sort of secret mission.
Oh, that was not snakes. We did kill a whole bunch though. See, and I'll point. I've got a big staff on my back. It's like a snake's head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we killed a whole bunch of 1T. They're actually amassing an army down south and marching north. On the list of things to do.
Table talk, wasn't that like Crazy Jack or whatever that was about the snakes?
The reptiles.
No, that was. Oh well, yeah, lizard people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, Hillary Clinton's a lizard, Obama Clinton's a lizard, that kind of thing. Yeah.
That's the big plot twist on the final episode. Is you find out Crazy Jack was right about everything.
I'll look to Tidge real quick and I'll say they might know something about those crystals.
Oh, crystals. What kind?
The Tabaxi's eyes momentarily glow.
we gave a bunch of crystals to Celestine. She kind of hired us to kill the snakes.
I'll squint my eyes, and then I'll look back to Tidge.
Yeah, I'll return. I'll meet your gaze.
I'll look back, and I'll say, "Do you know what those crystals happen to be? And how many?"
Snake crystals?
I'll nod.
I don't know, guys. How many? 2, 3?
I don't seem to recall. It may have
I
been
believe it was
just
a single crystal.
Please don't say
Yes.
3.
Very large single crystal.
Just one then.
I think so. There were so many snakes that we killed. How many temples did we kill? We took out, what, 2, I think. Oh, maybe it was 2 then.
Well, 2 and the tower. Damn snakes.
Oh, maybe it was 3.
You are free. Make up your mind.
Edgar would start like fidgeting a little bit.
Yeah.
A little.
I'm fidgeting.
I'd be a little agitated because like I was in the middle of something here.
There's a brief pause here in the room, as you mentioned maybe it was 3, and a bolt of lightning strikes outside dramatically.
Well, the first temple just had snakes in it, no crystal. The second was the same, and then the third was a large tower which had a crystal, and that's the one we gave to Celestine.
Do you guys even remember all the way back then?
Yeah, sort of. She wouldn't let us go into the temples, though. 2 of
This
them
may
we
be
could only go on the
incorrect
first floor.
information. This is just how I remember it.
Yeah, table talk. There was 2 places. There was a bunch of doors we couldn't go into, so we haven't fully been in them, but we were at 3 different places.
But we
So
did
what was so
give
bad
one
about 3 crystals?
I have my hand, my palm in my face, just rubbing my temple.
I don't know if any of you have ever heard of what's called a fiend engine. It's this inconceivable, almost impossible to craft device or machine that one of the key ingredients that we found are these 3 crystals that are sacred items gifted to the 1T.
Ugh. That might have been them.
Do you believe that Celestine is attempting to make this Fifi engine?
But it's
Noted.
fiend,
Oh,
not
Fifi
Fifi.
engine. I heard that was an out of character. I misheard him.
Earl, you realize what they were talking about is far worse and more intimidating than what you thought they were saying.
Tidge,
Yeah.
the crystals weren't for the fiend engine. The feed engine and the crystals were a component for something bigger.
Is that? Yeah, you'll have to forgive me all this. Imprisonment.
I'll look to
bullshit.
these new arrivals. I'll scratch my head and I'll say, you may have just how do I say this? You may have just given them the tools to cause a great... You said Celestine? You gave them to her?
Well, yes, she seemed so nice. She found us in the jungle, she healed us up, gave us rewards.
You said she could be trusted?
She's been nothing but good to us.
She wanted to kill snakes. That was enough for me.
Aleutian, would I know as a paladin if all celestial deities or angels are good to do people, or do I know of some more, like, I don't know, so some figures in history maybe that have gotten off the beaten path?
If they go too far off the beaten path, you would know from your background that they cease to be angels at that point and take on the visage of something else.
Okay,
but there are
so
plenty
they
of
don't look
angels
far.
for whom the idea of good is enough that mortals would conceive it as bad. Like, if there was maybe, let's say, like demonic corruption in the town, an angel might just firebomb the whole town, right? Instead of going to find the demon, right? Because that's just how they operate.
Okay. So their big picture can cause some damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, if it helps, and I'd be kind of frustrated, but you can tell I just kind of want to get things moving along. If it helps, not all, creatures with wings and a celestial appearance are good, and some of them, well, they interpret what good is in a variety of different ways. Now, I've never heard of anything, being related to a world-ending plot, but what we're talking about here, if she is on the side we think she is, she just got a key component in, a world-ending calamity.
Oh, she did not mention that when she said she needed them.
I suspect she wouldn't, if she needed your cooperation. Yeah.
I'm pacing a little bit, just kind of panicking.
She generally just mentioned snakes there, go kill them, come back. It's fairly cut and dry.
Look, I don't understand the situation much, and to be honest with you, our enemy, Ajun, was cut and dry. He tried to attack us, we hit back. But if she's hitting you with, some subterfuge, something a little more subtle, and she's manipulating you with a smile, a nod, and healing you and things like that, I can see why you might not have questioned her thus far. Then again, it does line up with what we were worried about.
And what would that be? I feel that you speak much but tell little.
Okay, let me boil it down Arillo style. She may have used you to get a component, an item, an ingredient for a ritual or some kind of plan. And that plan involves killing every living thing on this earth.
I'll grab my amulet from Celestine. How could you do this to us, Celestine? You're terrible.
Didn't you leave that in the
Yeah, we
ship?
left
Yeah,
those
I think they're on the ship.
I didn't
Wait,
leave
did you
mine.
never take
No,
yours off?
we all did. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't. I haven't been convinced that she's been evil till now.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure making plot points would have changed.
Yeah, is it like part of why some of the things we did was because we thought we all took off the amulet?
You could say it to the ship. It's all good.
Yeah, I would say at this point that when you go to reach for the amulet, you realize that you must have forgotten it in the ship or something.
Oh, good. I forgot it. Oof.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
fucking Coco.
Apparently, our ship cannot be scryed upon as well. If that helps anything.
I'll
Look.
walk up to Tidge, just still kind of fidgety. Tidge, this confirms that they have the components. They're so much closer than we thought they were.
They are.
Is this like whispered to each other, or can we hear this?
Oh,
No,
you can hear it.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
talking in the room.
Are we? I mean, do we still have the teleport scroll? Do they give us back that?
They would have given you guys all your gear other than the items that I mentioned they confiscated. So if I didn't say that, then you would have
My
it.
mask. Thank you very much.
Yeah, your raid
That
mask,
was the only thing that was taken.
your fucking date rape mask, and our puzzle box got taken for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that mask would have been clutch somewhere.
Would it have, or would it have created another wasp-like scenario where we
And
fucking
he's convinced it
summon-
would have been great. Okay.
what's that like Terminator 2 villain that's made of fucking liquid steel and kills everything? Like, I suspect you would have created that.
The Asian one or the blonde lady?
I
What?
just-
God damn it.
I just
You've
feel like it
offended
would
him
have
now.
created another little guy, and then you just pop the mask off again, and it's all over.
Father of the mask.
You're fucked in the head.
I really want to know what I would have done.
Look, all this talk of world-ending plots is great, and all. We were incarcerated for some time, so if they were close and now they're much closer, this is something we'll need to handle as quickly as possible. If you guys want to go out and do that, I understand, but my obligations have to keep me here for the time being.
Wait, so what are these components that they need?
I'll look to Kalik and just kind of half-heartedly gesture like, alright, you explain it.
3 crystals of venom, a mechanical source of energy, which would be known as a fiend engine, and, well, the ichor of a greater demon.
Well, we definitely did not help with 2 of those items.
God damn it.
Well, that's a relief.
Before we go any further, I'll draw my pistol.
When you do so, there's a brief moment where you guys all feel a time skip that occurs. It's like all the air in the room sort of shifts, and the rain is suddenly going in a different direction, and a 4th person appears here in the room. And... whoop! There we go. Dax, you'll have to set yourself up wherever there's table space left.
Alright. Yeah, I can do that. Somewhere.
Yay!
Hi. Oh, God.
Oh, this is our last member. It's Dominic. He's back.
Hello. Oh.
Dominic.
I'm pointing my pistol at him.
Earl's like mid, just about to throw a dart at Tidge, like, or Kalik, I guess. I looked up and I thought his name was Tidge for some reason.
Go wipe off all my clothes. Just. I see we're inside now. Pleasant hello to you as well, sir. put away the. So.
I nod, but I'm still holding my pistol.
How far away is he from me?
He's like across the room.
I'll summon a bow and just. You don't want to do that. I can promise you that.
Whoa, hey Dominic, we all know that I am the fastest gun in the land, so it's alright. No need for violence here.
Well,
No.
It's great
if you were going
souls.
to use a gun, that was
Oh.
your first mistake.
Then put down the.
Simple
As
question.
we all know, the greatest weapon of all is a dart. Put down the gun.
Just let me ask a question.
Of course.
What are you? What's your goal
My goal
in all
Must.
this?
in all of this.
Us as a
Machina,
collective.
do we really have a goal?
I believe our current goal is to find a stable supply of solidified carbonide gas.
That's a fairly
Yes.
good one.
Fuel
Honestly,
for our ship.
And to find the golden dart, of course.
yes, but to keep Harold alive is to find the golden dart. So.
When you
And then
ask this,
stop the
Kalik,
one,
you
too.
see the group kind of go into a small, like a group huddle, like a team huddle thing over there, and they bounce around like 4 or 5 different ideas. And without need of an insight check, you can tell these people don't really have like an overarching goal. It's more like it seems like a big umbrella of things they're currently up to.
Just pop my head out. Does working and becoming the greatest robotics lab of all time count as an? Actually, we're gonna keep brainstorming.
Don't forget,
I
kill
put
all
the
the
pistol
frogs.
away.
Wait, you guys you're okay. Never mind. You're like robots, yeah?
One is.
One of them.
Does he like look familiar, like Defender -1?
He's clearly like similarly made, like a pretty humanoid-looking build and whatnot, but they're not the same.
I'd be like squinting at him the entire time.
Sorry,
Alright, what are we
you all
going
you all
with?
don't seem like masterminds to me.
Well,
Well,
thank you.
Just
I
imagine
appreciate
that.
the great compliment.
We've
But trust me,
we've
have...
been hunted, so a little sketched out about.
Yes, what have you all been getting up to? We see the amulet and all these people being chased. There's nobody chasing us.
All we do
Well-
is the chasing, mostly of venom.
Darts.
Rats.
You're not being chased because the person has decided to work with you rather than against you.
I feel like we came out to a much better deal.
We did throw away our amulets. Or
And
did we
find
agree on that?
core
Oh.
ingredient, you know.
Yeah, the amulets that she gave us, yeah, we did.
I didn't know if we needed another group huddle to decide that or not. Good to know.
Well, we did.
Well, it seems that there is much to discuss and ponder over. Do you feel that the Inquisition, or I don't know, any other immediate threat here, would force us to move somewhere else to continue this conversation?
The Eldritch Inquisition is aware of the fact that we're not on friendly terms with them, and they know that they're on my property, so I don't suspect they'll be coming to bother us for the evening.
Stop bouncing on the bed, Annie. What the fuck?
That being said, if they do spot you, they'll definitely be asking some questions. Other than that, in terms of immediate threat, they inform me that my father, the head of a state, may very well be possessed. And it's not something they've seen before, and they've seen almost everything, so definitely a threat there as well. But I
Illusion.
think we do have some time.
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell us what what they suspect him being possessed by? I can't remember. It's been a couple weeks.
Oh, they said a demon. Like there's some form of evil entity, but they're not sure.
Out of strange curiosity,
We're about
would
to
I,
get the third
would I know his
ingredient.
family if he told me his family's name? Potentially.
Potentially. Did he say his last name?
Not while I've been here.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Perchance, this is your stay. Is it the grandiose one that I saw from outside before?
Grandiose, maybe at some point in time. Now it's a little run down, but it's the estate of the Lyles. Yeah.
And roll history, Dominic.
Alright, let me pull out the die. Where is it? I'll pull out the white die. Oh, that's not white. What the fuck?
Earl just whispers to Colcoat. Colcoat, they're talking about noble stuff. Join in.
It's 11.
I'm just going to observe and learn for now.
An
I'm still
11?
new at
Good
this.
stuff.
You're unfamiliar with his name, but there are so many noble families that, you can't be expected to remember them all. He does hold himself like a noble, though, and the way that he kind of, talks and his armor especially is certainly fitting.
Well, I certainly know of familial bonds, and that of which are broken by certain persuasive means. A demon, no less, would not be peculiar, but I'm sorry if your father is able to kick this beast.
Remind us.
Go ahead.
Why come to Solzland?
Well, we were looking for this golden dart for Earl here, and his temple was attacked by some orc or something with a bunch of demons. Hey,
Okay,
Yeah.
it was the same guy.
Does anyone have proficiency in history in Wednesday group?
Yes.
I do.
Those of you who have it, please roll.
Can I pull out the chisel?
Oh, we did.
We already did.
Oh
Okay.
my god. We're in...
Not one from me.
Nat 1, okay,
What?
you don't know anything.
27.
Can I add that to my crit counter so I can improve my proficiency?
Now he wants the system. Those of you, okay, so for the other two, Tidge and who rolled the other one? Kalik?
Yeah.
Tidge and Kalik, you recognize this, and when Earl mentions the golden dart, and it's the second time that he's actually brought it up in conversation, it clicks for the both of you, and you're both familiar with it because it's a legendary weapon, like a mythical item of incredible power, kind of like above the tier of maybe like a holy avenger that's been handed to a knight or something like that. Like this is like serious stuff. Though the group seems to talk pretty casually about going to try and get it.
Do we know it's an actual thing, or is it more of like a fairy tale?
There have been enough expeditions to go and find it that people seem to believe that it's real, and they do treat it with seriousness. There's always going to be doubters, but it's not like other myths where it's largely believed to be hokum.
Tidge, wasn't one of your past expeditions to find this dart?
No, of course not. Why would I care about a dart?
You just turn around and
Fucking
punch him in the balls.
Dagger is being stared into
Fuck,
Tidge.
okay, like,
Kick him in the shins. Talk about my expeditions.
it was a mystical short bow. Come on.
Fairy tales.
Yeah, I mean that's all I've heard of it plenty, but some people think it's real. I've never really had much of an opinion on it myself.
Oh, it's definitely real. We were just at the temple.
Well, all fairy tales and stories, well, not all, I suppose, most, have some little shreds of truth, I suppose.
Oh,
Maybe
it's
a
100% true.
Does Kalik still have his weapon, like his gun in his hand, or did he holster it?
I put it away, but my hand's still on it.
Tell them, Earl, it's your family line.
Yes, it is. Absolutely real. We were just at my temple, where the dart has been kept for many, many years.
Can I insight check him to see if
Sure.
he's bullshitting with me?
Absolutely. Just Kalik falls out of his desk.
11.
11. You're not sure what to make of this man. He's wearing some random armor, he's got greasy hair, and in every single pocket or bandolier on his body, you find a dart. Like, he's probably got 100 of them on him, at least readily visible. And when he says this to you, it's difficult to believe what he's saying, but he says it so earnestly that you think that he at least believes it's true.
These people are nuts.
I heard that.
Well, I am
Right.
not
So-
too sure how well our group is getting off, but
I have a proposal for you.
Mm.
Let's say we help you do a little research here in town. Why don't you help alleviate our problem here on this estate? I'll look to Edgar. More hands could help.
Right, since you've fought so many demons in your past, well, snake people, same
Oh, I was
thing.
killed by a demon once.
oh yeah, whatever happened to him, anyways?
We killed it, remember? Yeah, we've got
No,
experience.
the
Okay.
Garvod, the one that sold the book.
Oh, yes.
We still need to find Garvod.
Another thing on the list.
I'm gonna walk over and just tap Kalek on the shoulder and see if I can gesture him to the other room real quick.
Sure.
Would I have
When those
recognized
two
that
leaves,
demon name, by the way?
Garvad is the name. Sorry, he was a guy that sold a book to somebody that had like a trap in it that he thought the guy that bought it thought it was a spell, read it, and a demon came out.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So Garvad's just like the salesman.
What killed my
there's-
character?
also killed Kolko.
Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, you got killed
Sorry.
by frogs.
I got killed by frogs.
Fucking frogs. God damn it, they're the real enemy of this campaign.
It's true. You see Edgar turn over and he grabs Kalek for a moment, and the two of them leave to go to the other room. Do you guys stop him or anything?
These people are nut jobs.
I know. Could you believe they pulled a gun on me as soon as I
Can I
came
hear
in?
them talking?
Yeah, they're just mumbling to themselves in the room.
Earl's,
As I
Earl's
bounce
not
on
being
the bed.
particularly quiet. He's not a very quiet
No.
person.
Three of us in here.
There's less of a mumble and more of a declaration.
Right, okay. So yes, Annie, you hear him.
I would like to stick my tongue out and blow a raspberry.
Okay.
Hey, do you guys have any cheese? We've grown quite fond, eh, Dominic? Arrow?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, he's right. Do you have any cheese?
Right, so suppose this scenario is true. You just got out of prison. Do you think you have cheese?
I mean, it's possible. What sort of
We've
prison
never
was
been to
it?
prison. Yeah, we don't know what it's like.
Someone who
There's not-
someone
be
who is able
where
to
at
read,
prison.
But that's about it.
someone who's readily able to produce a gun seems like they might have the potential for cheese.
Now, while some strange conversation's happening in the other room, Edgar, you pull Kalek aside to the quiet of the other chamber.
Mm-hmm. Look, Kalek, and I'll just kind of peek around the corner here and make sure no one's.
Yeah, they're talking about cheese or something.
I'm shaking my head, just like wondering what the fuck just landed in our lap. Look, I'll welcome the help, but they've already acquired something for Celestine, whether they realize it or not, I'm not sure. But if my father's possessed, and it's as long as we think it's been, it could be a greater demon, and we could be bringing a party that's allied with Celestine directly to the Ichor and the final ingredient they need.
Well, suppose that's true.
So
Suppose it is a greater demon, which, if it is, honestly, by ourselves we don't stand a chance. Now,
yeah, I don't think we should shirk the help. We need to be extra vigilant because I'm sensing these guys are just ignorant when it comes to Celestine and their manipulation or her manipulation of them, which is fine. We might have been caught off guard as well. I don't hold it against them, but it could happen again. And I just want to make sure we protect ourselves from that, and you know, ensure that the Winter Lich or whoever's behind this doesn't get everything that they need to just snap their fingers and end the world.
I suppose if they do agree to, you know, help us, their true motives will be pretty apparent after we deal with your father, one way or another.
Right when we're vulnerable. But
Well,
yeah.
If they agree to help us, we'll all be vulnerable. There are many stories. Well, I don't suppose. There are several stories with that I've read back in Illis about demons and crusades, and they're no trifling matter. I think we really do need your help, with their help.
Alright.
But
in that case, cool it a little bit with... Look, one thing that you'll learn with me is even when you're dealing with someone you despise, composure is important. Outward composure. So regardless of what your feelings are, just mute them a little bit. If I can give you advice from a noble who's learned a bunch of useless talents over the years.
I know I have a lot more to learn, especially when it comes to social things like this, but I'll follow your lead. I'm sorry, I was a little paranoid because you were going on in the past about Gem and guarding ourselves.
I
was
think
a little guarded.
I think it's fair. Look, I just needed to clear the air and not hear about this cheese conversation while I talk to someone, that's all. So, you're right, we need the help, so let's see what happens, but spread the word discreetly amongst the group when we have a chance. Just make sure we're on guard.
Sure.
And I'll just kind of tap him on the shoulder and flash him a smile and head back.
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna stay in this room, and separately 3 times I'm gonna cast Sending to each of the other members, just to say we're gonna try to enlist their help, but be on your guard.
Okay.
Don't trust them quite yet.
You can reply to Sending, right?
You can. You can say a sentence of up to 25 words, I believe.
Kalik, do you have cheese?
I'm a little concerned. Since our where-at problem, we've all started to enjoy a lot more cheese, so I created a checklist. Is anyone feeling like they're growing a lot of hair or fur?
Yes.
No, I've explained. He doesn't count. He's
What
already a
about
cat man.
Sharp
But
teeth.
no,
Yes.
we.
Can you
he's a cat
climb
man.
walls exceptionally?
Better
God
than
damn it,
average.
man! Do you have any cheese? And I'm just getting my illusion in my hand like a wheel of cheese, and just this. No, not rat cheese. Stop
Inherent
asking about
sense of
rats.
Smell.
Just keeps going.
Illusion.
Yes.
With create food and water, can you create cheese?
You can create, with create food? It's very bland food. Yeah, so you could make bland cheese, possibly.
Fuck yeah.
So as I walk back into the room, if you give me 8 hours, I suppose I can make some. I don't promise it'll be any good.
It's okay, we can
That's
wait.
how you win a friendship.
Oh, I do have a question, though. You all are not big fans of Celestine, I take it.
Haven't really been formulated an opinion, but
Until
it
now.
always seems like she's not on the right side of things.
That's
Are
right.
you aware that she's tracking the amulets?
No.
Son of a bitch.
We recently discovered this, so we stored her or them in Herald. He is an area that she can't reach.
Tidge.
Wait, do you have more than one?
Oh, she gave all of us an amulet.
Tidge, do you still
Friendship
have your
amulet.
anti-scry?
I don't think so. I thought you and Edgar took it. Unless you gave it back after you revived us.
I don't have mine anymore for sure.
Then I still have mine, so.
I would have gave it back to Tidge, I guess. I don't think Edgar would see the need.
Okay. Then yeah, I would have
I
it.
would.
Yeah, I've got it still.
A sigh of relief. Well, I suppose she is an angel. She might be able to see through that. Still see that necklace, but at least it's a precaution.
It's something. Turning back to the other guys there. Did Celestine give you any like idea of what her intentions were with the crystal that you gave her? Or did you just apply it?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, she didn't really tell us.
It was for a fairly valiant cause, which was honestly wiping out snakes. And see enough snakes, and you agree, wipe them out.
She wouldn't let us go into the depths of the temples. We were kind of forced to stay in the first few levels of it.
It was shelter in a precarious position. In all honesty, it was very comforting at the time.
Well, if she wanted you to clear out all of the obstacles between herself and her goal, which were those crystals, then I can see why she would want to comfort you and give you guys the illusion that what you were doing was noble or valiant.
This does indeed make sense. However, she had great power. She had no need of us to do it.
Maybe.
Right,
I
but
don't
she's
know.
an angel. Would an angel killing a bunch of things be considered good?
I mean,
She
they
had
are
done it in the
snake
temple.
people. I don't
She
know
had done it
how
in the
many
temple that we arrived at.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, it's a fair point. The only other thing I could think of is June, when he was around, everything he did was time sensitive. He needed to teleport, he needed to move, he had a lot of different moving pieces. So perhaps it was just a question of efficiency more than anything, having you guys do it. And at the same time, she knew where you were, rather than having to worry about, tracking you or anything else. Anyways, I'm not going to try to understand a figure that we've never met or really researched, but everything definitely points to her being on the other side.
Unless she is collecting, maybe she's sort of working as well. Do we have any accounts saying that we don't really know what her allegiances are, do we?
We don't know
It's
her
all kind of up
intentions.
in the air. So what if perhaps, just to play Demon's Advocate, what if she is in fact on, I guess, our side, and maybe she knows what they need and she's collecting these in an effort to prevent this ritual from going off?
Table talk. Didn't we? Was there a message in the amulet saying that Celestine was no bueno?
There's been both. There's been the one from these guys saying that she can be trusted, and before it said stay away from her temple.
If you guys want, you can look over a full transcript of the messages. I believe.
Have you seen the latest message? One of the other groups was saying go to Kazatov, then not to Kazatov. They're all confused.
We steered clear.
We've been disconnected from everything for, well, I think it's been about 3 months now, if I'm not mistaken. So
I was going to ask, do you know what day it is? What month? So
I'll look to Kalik. I believe
Well,
we
it
asked
was.
somebody on our way out. With Soul.
But
we had a time skip since
We just
then,
time
so-
skipped.
I think it was just a brief one though for Dax. You're talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was just a brief one. I don't think it was a full day. It's still raining.
I'm just gonna. Regardless of what day it is, the season is what's most important. She did reveal to us her power wanes as summer ends. If you find her an enemy, Now is the time to act, at least, against her. Maybe her allies cover her guard, but summer is when she's strongest. Fall, she weakens.
That's not good, because we got out of jail the 24th of spring.
She's growing in
Wait,
power.
spring? Oh no.
She's on her upswing.
What happened? It was autumn last time we saw the date.
That
no.
jungle.
I'm sorry. That's what a villager, well, someone back in Solsland told us as soon as we got out of prison.
You said that there are men occupying your father's keep.
No, not the keep itself. Just the outskirts. It's more of a quarantine than anything. They haven't really ever seen a possession like this before, so they're studying it from afar before acting.
Wonderful. So they don't sound like friendly type.
They're
mostly idiots.
They have a heavy hand when they deal with things, and they
no
can
empathy.
be idiots, and they have no empathy. So this for them, the fact that they've accommodated us thus far and allowed me onto my own property, after some yelling on my part, certainly, but here we are. So the older man in charge of the quarantine seems to be receptive. If I simply tell him you all teleported here at our request to help us, and we forego this whole us not knowing each other thing, I might convince them that you're just here to help.
Alright, let's go kill some demons.
Wow. Okay.
We're fairly easy to convince. It's usually on the point of gold, but it seems that we've intruded upon someone's domain, and honestly, I'd rather not see another noble fall.
I'll kind of beam. I'll be visibly just happier, a little more positive. Look, if there's anything we can do back in Solsland, have any connections, when it comes to that chisel that you found in the temple, I'll do everything I can. But asking you to help me in this matter is, well, extremely personal. But I think Kalik and perhaps Tidge understands that this is a demon the Inquisition is studying from afar. This is serious business, so...
yeah, simple enough. Nothing a dark can't solve. Right,
Yes,
Earl?
we've done our best
This
to...
is true, but how exactly would a possession work? Do we just throw darts at, or shoot your little guns at your father, or is there some finesse?
I don't think that's how it is.
I'm imagining an exorcism with just like the priests tossing like thousands of darts.
That's how they do it in Wilhelm Town.
You have to perforate him to let the demon out.
The bloodletting through darts. Nice. To answer your question, I'm hoping finesse is an option. Metri, who I follow very closely, has told me that there's no saving my father at this point, and I have no reason to doubt him. That being said, I'd like to give him every opportunity he deserves. He was quite unstable last I spoke to him months ago, so expecting it only to be worse. To answer your question, divine weapons are what we'll need, and the older man in charge of this so-called quarantine did say that simple protection from good and evil seems to be well below the powers this demon has, so we'll need everything we can to protect ourselves from possession, and divine weapons will certainly help us inflict wounds on the demon itself. We might have to attack the vessel, my father, yes.
Well,
I'll need at least 8 hours to prepare for this, but...
Yeah, I can go outside, requisition... I say this, requisition, I can see if I can convince the oafs out there to give us some divine weapons. I'm sure coming to this kind of scenario, they've prepared themselves. Whether or not they have the foresight to help us and give us some equipment is something else. But I think I can convince them that not risking manpower and sending us in instead might be worth sparing a few items on loan.
Well, I have up in the 200s as far as darts are concerned, but few are silvered and even fewer are magical. I'm not sure my weaponry can assist you greatly here.
I'll
Holy
spin on my
water.
heel. Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say spin on my heel. Mackinac, is there any chance you can bless some holy oil from Titan?
It is a possibility.
I furrow my brow, but kind of surprised. Is this simulacrum? Does he have divine powers?
Oh, did you not? We're all great followers of Lord God Titan.
Yes.
Have you ever met the majesty of the god that does not give a shit?
No, and I have to say it sounds to run counterintuitive to the god I follow, but it's good to see that you men are men of faith. Huh. Right.
As much as Titan requires, it's not much.
Yes, the bare minimum style of worship.
Aye, there's the rub.
Just laughing.
Okay, well, if you have some abilities when it comes to well, blessing water, let's say, and I kind of nod towards the simulacrum or any other such powers, they'll be great. I do have the power to smite them in Metri's name, which should inflict some damage for sure. And here, and I gesture to Kalik and Tidge. We have two followers of their own patrons, as it were. So. Yeah, well, you don't summon the power of radiant gods, so I left you out of this one, bud. Sorry.
Out of curiosity, has your father made any writings since his current predicament?
Made any what? Sorry.
Writings.
Oh.
Has he pondered on, well, existence, or just busied himself with any sort of paperwork?
Well, I've been a bit disconnected from the family, to be honest. It was my older brother's responsibility initially. As a second son, I was just here for a while and off to do my own thing. Clearly glossing over some details here, but I'm just, I don't know these people, so. My older brother was murdered along the road near Solsland some time ago. Since then, my father's just been on a downward spiral, losing any semblance of sanity he had before. So we haven't had access to any writings. I haven't had a chance to communicate with him much, especially since my time in jail. And our relationship's been one of me evading capture and abduction. So I couldn't really help you when it comes to him having any writings of any sorts.
A table talk. It may tickle some of you guys to know that Edward's brother was murdered by Thursday.
Edgar!
Edgar.
Come on now!
Edward.
Eddie.
Edward is just a big softie.
Don't worry, Lucian. I was the catalyst that started that conversation. That was great.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna lean into this Earlabald. How do you say your name?
It's
Can I just call you
Earlabald.
I'm gonna call you Earl.
Yeah, Earl. Everyone says Earl.
We call him Earl.
And I whisper, last time we were here, Edgar's dad wanted to use him as a sex slave for errors.
That is very useful to know. I guess.
But quiet enough so Edgar cannot hear me.
Okay.
I just see you like mischievously like whispering things in people's ear then. Okay, that's fun.
Well, I see you have a complicated family dynamic.
To say the least. But at this point, we just focus on the facts. Metri says the man's broken enough chains, enough links, in his life, enough contracts, enough words broken where there's no coming back for him, specifically. Now, hearing that from God you love and follow is a bit difficult, but the evidence speaks for itself. So, family dynamics aside, the man is possessed. It could be that the possession has caused him to break these links, break these chains, break these vows, in which case I'd like to give him a shot. But the odds are very slim that that's the case. This could have just been a final step in him turning towards something he doesn't quite understand to get an heir, and now he's lost complete control of himself and the estate, in which case we need to strike him down.
I see. Well, if we are to have any sort of combat with this demon that has possessed your father, I feel that it is important that we all understand what each of us can bring to the table.
Sure.
Should we start with our group? I mainly throw darts.
I
Cold
squint
coat.
at him like, God damn it. God damn it.
Ever since you walked in, I was like, what is this guy's specialty?
It's usually not a secret. I tend to wear my passion quite openly. Regardless, Colcoat, he uses a small little gun.
I pull my pistol and spin it in my hand.
Okay.
Very good at killing things. Can also make fog if you
I
need
give
it.
him a thumbs up.
Yes, the fog too. Don't forget that.
So we have
Mackinac.
Urlo isn't very
Darts,
impressed by the gun
and a
spinning.
pistol.
Mackinac, his armor is nearly impenetrable, and
Invincible.
he cannot die. He is completely functionally immortal. Truly an amazing, well, simulacrum, to say the least. Next is Dominic. What do you do, Dominic?
Wouldn't you love to know?
Not quite sure. You've made darts before.
I'll just start switching between summoning different weapons. Let's go. I can wield some magics. That's more or less it. I've met a friend along the way. It helped me.
Okay. I feel like we started off with a useful idea and ended up with more questions than answers, but that works. I'm a paladin of Metri. Arillo here, well, he wields the Storm's Fury itself when he'd like. Other than that, he can wield a weapon and cut people in two, which I've seen.
He calls it a halberd.
A halberd, that's right. Kalek here isn't just handy with a rifle, but he has some power with divination as well. Tidge here, well, we don't need to go into the details too much, but he, like you, I suspect, Dominic, has some tricks up his sleeve. And finally we have Annabelle, who... I'll let her explain what she does.
I stab things, and
That's
then they
about
die.
it. Yeah.
I appreciate that. That's simple, to the point.
Okay, so our cards are on the table. We know what we need to do. I know Kalek needs to prepare some things. And we need to get you guys some weapons, some holy oil if possible. And we need to make sure the Aldrich Inquisition is aware of your presence. So I think we have our checklist.
Would we be able to get more oil in town? Maybe several of us stay here.
I could
Plan
ride
it.
into town on my horse if need be. I'd rather not leave the estate, but if the Inquisition can't help and send someone themselves, I could do that.
Now, why are you fetching oil exactly?
To make our sword holy.
We want to see if Mackinac can bless it, or if not, get it holy outright.
Gotcha.
We're not gonna try to set a demon aflame if that's what you're wondering.
Yeah, I
We're
was
gonna
curious.
spike our weapons.
I'm not going to keep up a charade of subterfuge any longer, so you guys can discuss whatever you need. I'll make the head inquisitor aware of your arrival. And to keep our story straight, as I'm heading out, I'll kind of stop and turn around. You all teleported here after we sent you a message asking for your help. We've known each other quite some time, and you're here to help me settle a family affair. Okay?
Fair enough.
But that's not what. Oh, yes, I see.
I'll kind
There
of
we go.
flash Earl a wink and just like point at him, like, yeah, you get it.
I
There it is.
understand.
And I'll head out the door that
Okay.
that has the guard there.
Now, you make your way outside, and when you get out there, you don't find the guard outside of the door.
God damn
In
it.
fact, when you look around, the estate is different. And without need for a perception check, it's still the nighttime, with terrible storms and heavy rains coming down, but you see that there are less lights off in the distance around the main mansion, and the other buildings around too seem to be that way.
But there are still lights.
Yeah, you still see some on.
Kind of furrowing my brow here. I'll just see if I can spot like the nearest light and just go to it.
Okay. You see that over by the gate there appears to be like a lantern being held there by somebody who's standing out in the rain. And when you approach, you end up by one of the Inquisition members, and he looks over at you. He says, "Oh, what do you need?"
The man in charge that I spoke to earlier, I need to speak to him again.
What's it about?
I just let that hang in the air a little bit because I'm so fucking tired of their shit.
He
close
gets
my
it and he
eyes.
goes, "All right, wait here." And he turns around and walks off. And,
That's right, you piece of shit!
Before long, the Inquisition head comes back here, and rides up alongside you, and he looks and says, "Edgar, is it done?"
No, we've sent for some help and they've arrived. It's quite pricey, but they teleported straight here, thankfully.
We didn't detect any magic like that.
They have ways of protecting themselves from scrying and other things. It's a long story and I don't really want to get into it. You'll understand. But
He puts
we
up
have-
his hand and he says, "Edgar, I have a feeling that what you're about to tell me is something the Inquisition doesn't need to know."
I was only going to ask for your help. Specifically in equipment. That's all we need.
Equipment?
Yeah. I'm assuming that you were going to investigate this somehow, devote some manpower, maybe have some divine weapons on hand, and purge whatever possession is inhabiting the Lyle estate. Considering that I'm offering to do that on my coin with my own retinue of people. We're
Make a
wondering if...
persuasion roll, please.
Could I have, like... Because I know this is important, could I have used my channel divinity on this one?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, let's do the big dick persuasion roll. This is important.
Hell yeah, big rolls.
Look at that
Big
tiny
dick.
die. That's not gonna roll anything good.
Big dick plays! That's not great, but
That's why you use the big die.
thankfully there's some shit going on here. Plus 11, that is a 20.
Okay. He looks at you and he says, "We've only brought enough for our own personal protection. I can't really offer you much. Maybe some healing, but that's about it."
I'll kind of gesture my hand out, soften my look a little bit. I didn't catch your name. You have mine, but what's yours?
Oh. I think he may have, but we'll say that his name is Woodenbrook. Old Man Woodenbrook is what they call him.
Look, Woodenbrook, your men's personal protection is important, I understand. We're going in there, fighting something that you yourself said you don't quite understand and need to study from afar. Rather than delaying this any longer, all I'm asking is for some of the members of our party that don't have any radiant weaponry whatsoever, if you have holy oil, swords, thrown weapons, anything that could help, we'd really appreciate it. I'm just trying to get my family back in order after what you know was pain in the ass back in Soulsland. I just need you to work with me here. You said it yourself. The Inquisition didn't help me in Soulsland. Be the better half. Help me here. Start on the right foot again.
I'll have one of my men hand up his protection, but that's it.
Okay, and any healing you have would be appreciated.
He nods and he says, "You'll find it by the door in a few hours."
And before I let you go, in your studies so far, is there any resources I have access to, books, people that I could inquire or rather ask questions with back in Soulsland? Anything I can do to give my father a fighting chance at this possession?
He shakes his head and he says, "There's an open file on it, but as it rests right now, none of that is open for you to read through. I'm sure you understand."
I do. What was your interpretation of those findings?
Well, as it is right now, I think that the infection is spreading. Your father's condition is bad, but the area around him is gradually becoming less and less stable. We're losing rooms of the mansion. Now,
Are you saying he's desecrating the very ground he's occupying?
Whether he knows it or not, I don't know if it's something that he does consciously. Likely the demon has taken full control at this point. It's powerful enough that I would be surprised if there's any shred of him left there.
Now, I have read about recently greater demons having the power to desecrate the most hallowed ground possible. Now, I'm not saying the Lyle estate was that, but do you think this could be the kind of creature we're dealing with here?
It's possible. Difficult to tell. We haven't gotten any sort of direct view on the thing. Research right now is mostly done from side effects throughout the mansion. There are strange creatures that show, and we're making conclusions from their type more so than direct sightings of your father.
Okay, and one final question. Situations like this, if you were to give me a rough estimate with the years and years of experience you have, what are the odds that my father gets separated from this thing with no harm, or
he kind of whips the horse for a second, and it kind of kicks up and does a turn there, and he says, "I wouldn't think too much about it, Edgar. Good luck." And he rides off.
Typical Inquisition. Well, I'll walk back.
Sure.
At least I was able to get something out of him.
So what have you guys been talking about since Edgar left?
I've pulled out the dead grizzly bear head and I'm showing it off.
Ah, Arillo, the large barbarian brute here of supreme strength, reaches into his backpack and pulls out what looks to be a bear's head and shows it to you enthusiastically.
Wow, very impressive.
Chopped it off in one hit.
A single hit? What sort of weapon did you use?
I use this here halberdian.
He grabs a halberd from his back.
I see. It's a very cute weapon.
Cute.
I've been talking to, is it Colcoat about darts?
Earls with dart.
Earl, sorry.
Yeah, Earl would just splurge on about darts if you asked him anything.
I'm just curious why he's so passionate.
Well, I guess he'd just have been talking about. It's a very core part of his life. The dart has sort of accompanied a lot of his whole being ever since he was a small child.
So I'm very intrigued by, how do you say this? Machinar?
Or the
Okay.
Mac attack also works.
I'd like to ask him a very personal question, very like impersonally.
Uh-oh.
If you get broken, where do you get new parts for yourself? And I kind of like poke him in the chest, but not hard, like, you know, like, just tap it.
You just hear a spring go off and a bunch of metal flies across the room.
She doesn't stab him so he dies.
No, like
The
with my
reset
finger,
button, oh
not-
shit.
My body's able to repair itself to a small degree. More serious damage requires me to create new parts.
Right, but say for your heart or whatever you call it, the core piece of your being, what if that broke?
We don't speak about that part breaking. It will
No,
never
it's,
break,
it's
right,
an important
Machinar?
question.
I am not certain. For something to damage my the core of my being, I suspect the rest of me would have to be destroyed first.
But if it did happen, where would you get a part to replace it?
That is an interesting question.
Now, Machinar, I would say that after thinking on it for a second, you would remember that most of the high-end parts are made in Vosnuks by really small elite groups. Though, much too expensive for you to consider. Well, maybe now, but back when you started this adventure, it would have been out of your league.
I would likely need to procure one from a specialist.
Oh, do you know how much it cost?
Would I know the solution?
Yeah, you'd estimate, like, probably anywhere from 10 to 30,000.
Jeez.
Cool.
Never even heard of that.
I think
much
we have
money.
like 120 gold between the 5 of us. Like,
Too good for Welfare Wednesday.
Man, he's valuable.
Make that
How
much?
much were they selling us for slaves?
We don't talk about that. You're just gonna make yourself sad. You don't want to go down that road.
Just don't think about what I did to you.
So, what's Tidge doing? Just chilling there, sitting on the bed? Like, what are you doing?
No, I would be wanting to talk to Colco.
Oh, well, I would excitedly turn to Tidge. Tidge!
What?
We can save the Fender Dash one, but
No, we
it's
can't.
It's
They
going to
took him
cost a
from
lot
us.
of money. I know, but you know, maybe they still have him.
Yeah, maybe they do, but you think they're gonna give him back to us?
We
How
could
much
try.
is it gonna cost?
Machinar is actually going to be a father soon. We found a little baby simulacrum. We're going to try to fix it.
Oh.
Baby simulacrum, you say?
Well, a small one. We don't know if it was a baby. But yeah, we found it in the Temple of the Golden Dart.
That's interesting. I've never seen. I mean, I've seen few in my time, but especially not a small one like that. Be interested to see it if you ever got the chance.
Oh, it's in the ship.
There it is again. You have a ship.
Yes, the dream ship. Machinar is the captain.
How did you get a ship?
kind of shrug at the other members of the group. We just kind of stumbled upon it.
Grand Theft Auto.
We were hunting were-rats in the sewers below Vosenex, and yeah, we happened to come across it.
Honestly, it was no big deal. There was just, maybe a tiny bit of genocide involved. Nothing too serious.
Now, at this point, Tidge, you had something to ask Colco, right?
Yeah. Are you a member of Skyfall, if you don't mind me asking? Or, not member, native to Skyfall, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes, I came from Orosren, and I've lived in Vosenex for quite some time now.
That's a bit coincidental. I also come from Arisren.
Oh, wow, it's a beautiful place, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, I love the Empire.
I've found myself away from it for a bit of a time. Here and there. I like to go around the place.
Well, if you've seen any tabaxis in Orosren, there's pretty good chance it was someone related to me.
How many brothers and sisters did you say that you had?
I don't know, like 100. You lose count.
Yeah.
You're supposed to slide into the sequence where you're like, well, there's Tommy, Jeff, and they just like go on for 10 years.
It's like the Too Many Cooks video where it just keeps going for 10 minutes.
What a coincidence. In my former parties, I had a Jeff and...
I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please, there, Edgar, as you're walking back.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker. It's not all fun and games here.
Why are you pooping on me?
I don't know, I like it for some reason. Oh, fuck off, tabletop.
Talking about big dicks.
What do you mean? That's a reroll.
What?
Yeah, look at it. It's look at the camera. It's a 7-16.
Well, it's clearly a 16.
Well, when you put it down that way.
Also, my cat just knocked over beer on me.
That's an 11.
Okay. While you're walking along here, you eventually make it back and step in through the door to find the rest of the group there talking, and it looks like they're actually kind of getting along pretty well.
Oh. Okay. I was expecting, and then your brain turns to spaghetti.
Implying it's not already.
Aw.
Your knees are weak and your arms feel heavy.
I'll walk in and just kind of smiling. I'll just take a seat at the edge of my bed here.
Sure.
Alright, well, it seems like things are going along quite nicely. On my end, wasn't able to get much, other than the Inquisition wanting to deal with this with a heavy hand, and maybe one radiant weapon and some healing, but that's about it.
That reminds me. Do any of you have any diamonds? No.
Let's ask the bank, Mackinac. Diamonds?
Please hold.
Roughly worth 300 gold.
Aleutian, is
Yes.
there any... because I just got those super sweet jewel-encrusted darts. Are there any diamonds on there? Not that I'd take it apart for this asshole, but I just want to know.
No, there's
Ooh, Mackinac!
Well, it's Earl Ball. There's tiny little rubies on them.
Come on, man.
There's tiny little rubies on the darts.
I see.
So I do have something in my inventory, Illusion, called a red gem that is right next to Colerain's longsword. I don't think we ever got that appraised, though.
Oh, yeah, that's ancient.
Yeah.
Definitely not a diamond, though.
Wow. The only gem that I currently have in my possession is this strange red gem. I do not recall where I retrieved it from.
Well, it's not what I need, but I suppose if you're helping us out, I could identify it for you.
I'm not certain I understand.
Identify? It's a spell. You can
I am
determine
familiar.
the worth. Wait, what?
Wait, what? 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 You okay, Kaylee?
Yeah, he said that he wasn't familiar with what it did, or... Never mind.
I think he just said he needed the value, and then you said you'd identify. But I thought identify is the properties, not the value.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so as we have a brief communication breakdown, we're gonna go to a 5-10 minute break.
Oh, thank God. Bladder's about to explode right here.
Everybody's gotta pee.
Thanks for the song, Ashley.
It's the pee song!
Yeah.
Joy.
And I don't know if you guys heard it earlier, but I had a loud crash bang boom right when I entered.
Your cat, would your cat?
Rip
Cat,
beer.
yeah, knocked over my beer because he was excited to see me, and the fact that I gave him food, yet he wasn't eating it. Regardless, he decided to come up and say hi. Knocked over my beer.
Welcome to having
All
cats.
over my keyboard, which is now malfunctioning.
Oh,
Shit.
Hey.
Mm.
And the only spare keyboard that I had that had a cable that was fucking still working, my roommate is now using.
Oh.
So I'm
Yikes.
currently trying to find the setting in my computer that lets me type using my mouse.
under ease of access.
Yeah,
You have a PC, right?
yeah.
See, the reason Tidge knows that is because his character has had like 70 disabilities for the last.
There we go. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna use this for the moment. But, yeah. If you have any lengthy questions via text, I'm not the one to ask.
Oh, question. Everybody has different time schedules and stuff like that. How long do we have tonight? Because normally we would play for probably another 2-ish hours, but I know that you Tuesday fellows probably have different schedules.
I gotta go in an hour and a half.
Okay,
I've probably got like 30 minutes left.
right?
I'm good.
Okay, so some of you
I'm
will
good.
phase out,
I'm good for whatever.
but we'll probably go for like another 2 or another 1.5 or something like that.
I'd go for a 1.5, 2 hours.
I will beer be.
What schedule?
About 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't work until 2 p.m. tomorrow, so I'm good.
I work at 8. Except I leave my place around like
I work at
7:40.
7.
Ooh, that's fun.
Not bad. I live near Lucian, so.
Aha. There you go. So it's still
Yeah,
pretty
it's-
early for you guys.
You suggested password. No thanks, Chrome. Anyway, that also means that my beer is running low too, so I'm gonna grab another beer too.
I am back. Except I gotta make some loud noises, so I'm gonna mute my mic for a second. There.
Back.
Hello.
Let's see.
I've got cookies now.
Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready whenever you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm clear.
I'm good to go.
Same. These.
Man, I'm thinking about it. How long has it been since we fought anything? In Tuesday group. Or wait, is Doctor, are you there? Or Relic?
Yeah, I'm here.
I can't remember. Because we didn't fight anything in the jungle. And then we didn't fight
It's been a
anything.
while.
Well, we fought the were-rats. That one wave. That was the last thing we fought. And then we
We
talked
haven't been in
down the other
combat in
wave.
so long.
Fuck. God, and before that, that was the only combat I had because I missed the previous session until the Yuan T. So I've had one combat since the Yuan T. That's so sad. I guess we just do too much bullshittery.
We don't fight much either. This is our first fight since probably like you guys fighting the mannequins, right?
Mannequins.
Was it
Yeah,
our
in the
last
woods,
fight?
like when you were making your mad dash for Hillcrest.
Woods mannequins, I think.
When
Oh,
Annie got her
sorry,
mask?
you threw me off when you said you guys, because
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
even.
well, we were
but
dead.
It's
so.
because you were dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our last combat must have been that. Yeah, because I mean,
The last full party combat, I think, was in the.
oh no. On our
Just
way to
down.
Soulsland, we had bandits that ran in on us with cavalry, and we fought them off.
Dude, at your level, did you just fucking smush bandits?
Well, yes and no, like, because the fact that they had cavalry meant that they were a bit wealthier than your run-of-the-mill bandits, and there was a shit ton of them. But yeah, if ever I get my sword on them, they get fucking nuked into oblivion. But it was they were pretty tough, yeah, and they were kind of skirmisher types where you know, they stayed on their horse, throwing javelins, using their bow and arrows.
Oh, that's so mean.
Yeah, I won't say it was a tough fight because I managed to sleep their horses. And, I took out a couple of them, but
Oh, that's so good.
and it was completely by accident. I thought sleep would affect the people, and Illusion's like, well, no, it's the lowest HP first. It's like, fuck. But, you know, it ended up working out.
It's just
But
like when you were trying to put Annie to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got knocked the fuck out. No.
Knock it off, Annie. Thud.
There's Tidge, like, fetal position, sucking on his thumb. Yeah, good times. I need to figure sleep out for sure.
Don't worry, you'll never put Earl to sleep. He's the last one to go to sleep.
Oh, for sure, man. I'd have to
84
cast that.
health.
I'd have to cast that at
84?
third.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's been rolling really high for health. The rest of us have been getting cucked every time. I managed to
got
get a
Oh,
9.
you guys roll. Ugh.
Yeah, we
We
roll.
do
every
too.
day.
So
I
much
don't know
braver
why.
then.
I have 30 HP.
You're the only one that doesn't roll.
Well, I know. I
think
just
I
meant
rolled.
as well. That's too scary for me. I can't bring myself to roll for health. And as such, I have the highest health in the party.
You're
I don't know
also a
why.
fighter.
That's true.
I mean, I'm a level 7 pally, and I only have 60 health, to give you an idea.
Oh, that's so
Oof.
sad.
Well,
Yeah, 59.
and you're a fucking warlock, so
Oh,
True.
yeah.
so you've been rolling I got fucked a couple times. I think I rolled a perfect 10 or maybe a 9 last level up, which was nice. But
I'm actually only 5 off of what my max HP would be if I took the.
My last
the
roll, I
regular
got a
every time.
12, which was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Didn't something happen? Something happened to me that dropped my HP by 2, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
had you said
Goddamn
increased
thing
by
was-
2, Illusion would be like, But he's like, he doesn't even check his notes. He's like, yeah, that happened for sure.
I can breathe underwater.
What?
That's cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of my
Oh, your Storm
Habits from
Barbarian
Harold.
traits?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh shit! Storm barbarians are so cool.
Yep. I have resistance to lightning damage and can breathe underwater. I also, when I get into a rage, a 5-foot cloud. Actually, I think it's a 10-foot cloud. What's that?
Yeah, I think it's 10.
Yes, I believe you're. Yeah, 10-foot radius aura that shapes the environment around me. At the end of each turn, I choose a creature in my aura, other than myself. I take it must make a dex roll, or take lightning damage.
Fuck, do I take aid in my spell selection here for this piece of shit fight coming up?
AIDS?
Aids, yeah, space aids. The kind that make you stronger though.
Oh.
Illusion. Can,
Yes.
For the sake of brevity, can I start switching my spells right now?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know why you guys think you're gonna get a long rest, but yeah.
Why you gotta say it like that, man?
I
Huh?
don't know.
Well,
Someone failed
gonna
their
say it.
wisdom saving throw. Looking at you, Edgar.
You made me re-roll what was so clearly a 16.
So clearly. Until you move the camera at all. Well, I'm ready if you guys are. Is everybody here?
Yep.
Nope.
Is Annie here?
Okay, I guess I won't be switching my spells as of yet.
Yeah, I'm ready to party hard.
I still have
Guess
Man.
I'll wait.
I forgot how much my keyboard cost. Oh.
$12.
Yeah.
50 cents.
Dude, I invested once in my Ducky keyboard, and it served me well for 4 years.
Does it make a quack every time you click a button?
It doesn't, no. Surprising.
That hurts.
Should ask for a refund.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is Annie here?
Nope, doesn't
Yes.
sound like it.
Lies.
Kayla. She comes back, and every time she goes like, Kayla was forcing me to cook food and stuff. Oh my god.
Just canning apples. Okay, well, we're all here and good to go. And if any players need to dip out here, let me know. Otherwise, I am conscious of the times that some of you have to leave early and all that, and I'll try and play you out otherwise. So we'll pick up here with you guys all huddled into the house and about to go for a long rest. Now, before you guys long rest and get ready for this journey, is there anything else that you're doing?
You know what? I would definitely see if there's some parchment within the group, and draw out a blueprint of the rooms as I remember the Lyle estate.
Okay.
When they were talking about the red gem, I would have looked at Annie and said, it was probably plastic too.
Knowing this is a pretty delicate subject for Edgar, I'd pray to Arx for clarity.
Okay.
Oh,
So I don't want to fuck this up.
I'm praying to Metri. Come on, Metri.
I would like
Come
a
on,
straight
then.
luck roll for the group, please.
Oh, you got it.
baby.
Oh, I've
You
got,
got the filthy slut.
I've
Okay.
got it.
Steve.
Oh,
God, why is Filthy Slut the same color as my other die?
Okay, above average. That for Steve
Hey,
is
you-
a miracle.
13.
You guys are like that too?
Oh yeah.
I love that. Hey, it's not terrible. Hell yeah.
Woo!
An 11? Are you kidding me?
I fight with Illusion every time. He's like, well, that's technically average. I'm like, it's above average. Woo!
So, you guys turn in for the night, and you all get a long rest. So go ahead and change your spells and all that, heal yourselves up, refresh whatever charges of this and that you may have.
Stop playing mind games with me, dude.
What? It's the best part. You guys get to go on adventures, I get to fuck with people, okay? That's the agreement. That's the, the two-way street here. You
The
find
only
something,
way to
though.
channel the sociopath.
Exactly. No, it would be psychopath. If it was sociopath, you guys would be dead all the time.
He's like, I know. I've looked in the DS.
Oh, I have a copy right here. That's how I know I'm not one of those. That's how I know I'm not crazy.
All
I
the
go to-
people around me are insane, so I have to know that.
That's
I'm
why I
fine.
memorized it.
Can I throw out like a detect, fiend or whatever the fuck I have as a paladin just to see if I can insight check you being an absolute psychopath?
There's always one near. And your spell fails. You don't know what you find.
No!
So, curiously, when you guys wake the next day, Edgar, you feel something odd. And as you kind of roll over there in the bed, you feel something crumple underneath you.
I mean, I'm in my armor right now, so anything could...
You sleep in your fucking plate armor? How do you
I
do
don't know
that?
I don't know what's going on. I guess that would make no sense. Okay, so I'll roll over and I'll kind of reach behind my back and see what the fuck it is.
Sure. You pull out a note, an envelope sealed with a red spot of wax here at its center, neatly pressed.
Sketch. I mean, in bed, is anyone else awake?
It looks like everyone's slowly starting to get up.
I'll just kind of pop that shit open.
Okay.
I mean, I should probably be more terrified, but strange things have happened in the last 24 hours, so I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay. You see a note there, and the note is written in handwriting that you recognize, and immediately you know that this has been left to you by Jem. And it continues, and it says, Edgar, it's good to know that you're still about, doing some work, and the Icy Dawn is moving forward with a few things. Might have some help. I'm not sure how far things have moved along on your end. I've been rather busy lately, but I may have something useful. Expect to hear from me again soon.
I just shake my head, and I think to myself, what a great way to say absolutely nothing at all.
Is there lipstick on Edgar's forehead?
God
Just
damn
a
it.
little peck on the cheek.
Best, what are they called? Power tokens or whatever? Best power token I ever spent. I'm gonna have to. I think that I'm gonna bring this up with one of the members to see if people can. There's a spell to leave notes. Otherwise, I'm seriously creeped out here.
Sure. I'd like you to also make a perception check for me, please.
For the lipstick. Let's see. Here we go. Oof. Could have been a 1. Could have been a 1. 18.
Ah. The note is not alone, and though that seems to be where the writing ends, and your thoughts are indeed very aligned with what it is that you found here, there is something peculiar, and you find that in the folds of the paper, a small and thin key has been left there. The key is a brass one that has like a little bit of a patina on it. It's quite aged, and you're actually familiar with it. You know what this is. It's the key to one of the back doors into like a kitchen quarters, like around the back end of the estate.
Bet you it's that kitchen we broke out of.
Right, yeah, way back when. I'm just gonna say it again, best power token I ever spent. And this is way better than disappointment. Okay.
Oh god, roll luck.
No! God
Oh,
damn!
we also
Hell
had
yeah.
we had a long rest. Can we roll injury rolls?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Anyone injured, please roll.
Please, please, I want my AC back. You're taking it. Fuck! God damn it! You teased me.
Oh.
Still rolling to the 15. Oh, I feel like you stopped it.
You want me to roll luck?
It's gonna be like holding a sneeze, please, for disappointment. I fucking hate disappointment so much.
Oh my god, a 19.
Get out of here.
Ah.
14 for disappointment.
Okay. Now, as you guys are waking here, you see everybody kind of getting up in the beds. There weren't quite enough for all of you, so some of you have probably shacked up with bedrolls on the ground or whatever. And as you're getting up in the room here, some of you guys notice something odd. And Colcoat, you're the first one to pick up on this. Up at the rafters of the room, you see what looks like a rodent running about on one of the top rafters. And it squeaks for a second and looks over, and then drops something from the upper rafters down to you, and then runs off and scurries through a hole in the wall and disappears.
I dodge out of the way, seeing as the last mouse dropped a piece of finger.
Yeah.
So many questions.
And
Yeah, so I'll just jump back. Where's that
Wait.
mouse?
Did you ever figure out where that fucking finger came from?
I don't think we did.
I'll look to see if it's a finger.
no, what you find is like a small little, it's like a thin, dainty chain, like a piece of thin jewelry.
Hey, look, it dropped some jewelry. I'll pick it up and show whoever's near.
Wait, did you say it was a mouse?
Yes, some little mouse up there.
Like this big? Was it white?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
I got disappointment was here.
I'm
Is
shaking
that what
my
that
head.
mouse is? That's the same mouse that gave us a finger.
Annie, it's way too damn early for this, okay? Just
And he had like a
ignore it.
perception check, please. I almost
What are
said
the
persuasion, but that wouldn't have made sense. Because we all know Annie auto-fails all persuasion rolls.
I don't auto-fail those. Perception plus...
I'm pretty sure there was a sequence of 10
18?
rolls where you did not roll higher than a 5. I distinctly remember those.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
So what was the perception?
Oh, 18.
18. Edgar mentions it's too early for this kind of shit, and you look over and, kind of chuckle to yourself thinking about all the weird things that have happened with the mouse in the past little while, and then you see it in the corner of your eye, up there in the a small little tucked away portion of the roof by the ceiling there, but it's not one mouse that you see, it's two, and it looks like they're kind of on their hind legs and chattering to each other.
Schemers.
Wait. There's two of them. Look. Point at them.
I'm not even looking. I'm ignoring her. Whatever.
You're like, nah,
It's
no.
not
Oh, good. You've got the little mouse too? We found it in the puzzle box.
I'll
Now
kind of look at
I get
like
alert now.
everyone.
A puzzle box overlooking a little girl's room?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's entirely
Yes.
correct. How do you know it?
We solved that one as well.
How did you solve it?
We knocked over the puzzle box to the little girl's side and she solved it, and whatever was coming down that hall that she was so afraid of, it seems like she got away from it and we popped right back out.
That sounds almost exactly like ours.
The two mice squeak in the corner.
Ours disappeared as well, not long after we solved it.
Yes, ours too, and then it brought us a piece of a finger, and we hadn't seen it again until now.
Yeah, it'll bring you useless things all the time.
Oh, Edgar. They're
Useless.
not useless. They're little treasures.
Yeah, look at this necklace. It's pretty nice.
And I mean, a finger, it's pretty useful.
Hold up, Mackinac.
I'm squinting at Earl like, what?
I mean, you wouldn't want your finger to disappear, right? It's a useful part of your hand for grasping and throwing and guiding and
So them dropping a finger off is good because...
His logic is sometimes flawed. Just roll with it.
Okay.
Right, so
Okay.
what did yours bring you? A finger and a chain?
Yeah, whatever this thing is.
I'm just gonna look over at Mackinac. You learned a spell recently so that we could create conversation with Harold, didn't you?
I did.
Any chance it works on mice?
I can attempt to do so. And I will cast tongues on myself, illusion.
Okay.
I will look up towards the rafters where the mice are squeaking. Hello, I am Akinar.
Does tongues let you understand everything?
Let me grab the wording on tongues real quick.
Oh, please. Please, sir.
Look at those dipshits down there not understanding anything.
I can
we
understand any spoken language I hear, and anytime I speak, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear me understands what I say.
Okay. The moment that you finish casting that spell, you hear what sounds like a whispered conversation in the corner of the room.
No.
Aw.
Please. I don't. Just let me think they're.
Hello.
Both of the mice immediately stop and look at you.
I am Macknar.
One of them looks over and goes, "Oh, we gotta scram," and then the two of them just run, and they disappear through the hole in the wall.
oh my god.
I do not believe they wish to be overheard.
Wait, you can understand mice?
Mackinac,
I look
quick.
at Fergus.
Come back. Get them to come back. There was promises of cheese, remember? I'm still waiting on that promise of cheese. But maybe they might have a promise of cheese. Mine too.
Where did they get their fingers?
God damn it.
This is why we get nothing done.
And that mystery will have to be left unsolved, because it's at this moment that there's a brief sort of flash, a shift in the air, and Mackinac disappears from existence.
Okay, bye.
Oh shit!
No!
Is that the mice? Did they?
Did they take him?
The mice taking Mackinac. No.
Fuck you for listening to us.
He knows too much.
A new source for
Alright.
fingers.
86 the robot. Shut it down, shut it down.
Edgar looks around. All right, forget my father. We're getting the fuck out of here.
To get in and start chewing on the wires.
Can mice be great souls? Or is that more of a humanoids only sort of thing?
Is this what
Mackinac is
look-
not a humanoid, and he's one.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
See you later, Relic. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.
I'm just gonna point to where it just wasn't go. Oh fuck! That would happen when I showed up.
Yeah, kind of. This skipping stuff's getting wacky.
Normally-
It's starting to not sync up.
Yeah, normally it sinks.
This is a problem. Not pleasant.
I'll add it to the list.
Oh, I'm starting to feel queasy again. No, good. I'm good. Not being in the jungle is good.
I'm just there with this letter on my chest and a look of just complete confusion as I look up.
So, should we get to helping out your father, or should we keep playing with mice?
I'm all for option 1.
I know I mentioned that I could make cheese, but I think it's a little inappropriate, and plus I didn't prepare that spell, seeing as what we're about to do. So, perhaps on the other side, when we're all safe and sound, I'll make you some cheese.
Come on, man. Why do you have to remind us of the cheese if you didn't even prepare?
It's alright, it'll be a reward. We'll all go out for a victory cheese.
He's kind of an asshole.
A victory cheese.
That's a euphemism for something.
No.
Oh, I'll put that
Seems like
necklace
I'm
on
surrounded
to
by
match my
idiots.
crown.
I'll start
Welcome to
putting my
Tuesday
plate on.
group.
I'll
Edgar,
start-
did you get anything from the Inquisition?
some health potions and I believe a single radiant weapon.
Do I see his letter?
Yeah, he's got a letter with him for some reason, though you don't remember him getting it.
You got a note?
Okay.
Is that a love letter, Edgar?
No.
I do.
Yeah, Kalik Tidge, can people teleport physical items?
I suppose anything's possible with magic these days, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask too many questions here, but Jem managed to sneak a letter underneath me.
Roll my eyes.
Alexander.
My
Yeah,
butt hurts
tell
for
us.
some reason.
Edgar, I told
With
you,
a key.
he's missed you.
Can I use that planar detection to see if there's one around?
Oh,
Maybe that's how he showed up.
you feel a portal that's like a little bit over by one of the walls and a little bit upwards. And as you kind of like feel it out and draw your eyes over, you eventually end up staring at the small hole where the 2 mice had run through.
Oh shit.
Dude, this is like Hitchhiker's Guide.
Hey, weird. Those little mice came out of a portal.
See, Edgar, I knew he wasn't just disappointing. He has a purpose.
Hey. Coco is very valuable to us. Excuse you.
I believe she's talking about the mice. And
Yes, disappointment is my brother. One of them.
This is a different one.
He's actually very successful. It's quite surprising.
Until he died in an expedition.
I'll change Disappointment's name when he comes out with the top hat, a little cane, and he gives me, I don't know, 500 gold. How's that?
Why would a mouse have a top hat?
He'll bring you a finger. Don't worry about it.
Why would I want a finger?
Because they're great for aiming. And I look at him like, I don't know. I'm just repeating what you said.
That doesn't make a great deal of sense. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways.
I'd like to cast Detect, or rather Divine Sense, on the letter, if I can. I want to see if there's some spooky business here, if it's legit gem.
You do not sense any celestial or fiendish sort of energies on the letter. Nor any really around you, though there's a general air of evil that lingers in this whole place.
Is it enough to consider the ground desecrated, or not quite?
No, definitely not, but there's a creeping suspicion of it.
Okay, like it's about to come. Okay.
Probably because the
Right,
mice
so
were
when
here.
are we leaving?
Well, we just lost Mackinac. We have no idea when he'll be back, but I suppose we'd want to get a handle on things before any of you start skipping out too. It hasn't happened to us yet, but I think the sooner we get a move on, the better. So.
Still raining.
It's still raining outside, but the thunder seems to have stopped. It's very overcast, very heavy clouds above.
So English. Okay. Yeah, let's get a move on. I'll start putting on my plate here.
Sure.
There should be a package outside if any of you can go check with a weapon and some healing.
I'll nod and go check for it.
Okay.
Oh,
Indeed.
too late. I already moved my token.
You do find a small care package that's been left over here by the door, and I would like a luck roll, please, to see how much it is that the Inquisition hands off to you all.
Mike, come on now. This is a fucking important roll. Don't fuck it up. No pressure.
Yeah, you touched my token.
Oh,
yeah,
there
that's
you go.
enough. That's enough.
So can we take
Yeah.
can we take a little bit of bad luck here? You know, even though we can't do that on luck rolls.
I thought you guys didn't like that system.
I never said that. I said I liked it.
Oh,
None of us
This was
said we
amazing.
didn't
That
like
was-
it.
yeah, that was
we
great.
said there needs some tweaks.
Potential for abuse. Oh, that's what this is.
He got us on that one.
The little package over here by the door has in it 2 health potions, 2d4 plus 2, which you guys can distribute however you please. But perhaps more importantly is a strange charm attached to, like a necklace string that has been left there. And it looks very holy in nature, similar to like a set of rosary beads with a pendant, as well as what looks to be certain fresh herbs. It's kind of odd. You haven't seen anything quite like it before, Edgar. You're not sure what it'll do, but I guess this was the protection they were talking about.
I'll toss it over to Kalik, see if you can identify it.
I'll start ritual casting it.
Sure.
And I'll hand out the potions to Mike, and I'll leave the other one for the other group.
Who the fuck is Mike?
Well, I'm not talking as Edgar, so take the fucking potion. God, man.
The necklace appears to be a charm against demonic influence, and the wearer, so long as they keep the thing on, will be resistant to its effects, and will also take reduced damage from demons while having the thing on. The problem with the charm, and you can feel this from its magic, is that its magic is waning, and it only protects the wearer for so long, and it'll eventually expire. On top of that, the amount of damage that it can block is limited. And you see here that there are 50 temporary hit points, essentially, like assigned to the amulet, that it'll block from a demonic source.
I'll pass that info along.
Sure.
I'll hand out my hand.
Is it an attunement item?
Mm-mm.
I normally don't ask for items directly, Kalik, but I feel like my father, it's going to be in his best interest to possess me as an heir, if it comes to it, so...
I
think it might be
freely
best.
pass it back.
Thank you. And I'll keep it in a pocket.
Sure.
If I start wearing it now, does, like, the ticker start, or...
No, it's not like that. The item has a limited lifespan on this earth, kind of thing.
Okay, I got you.
If too
So
many days go by, it'll become inert.
I'll just, is it more of a necklace, or like,
Yeah, it's a
wrist-
necklace that leads to like a big sort of bundle of these herbs and little like wooden charms and stuff.
Okay, I'll put it on before I put on my chest plate here. That way, it's nice and tucked away.
Sure. Yeah.
Such a big ugly pizza.
Yeah, it looks like what every single 40-year-old stay-at-home mom has adorning her kitchen.
It's a kitchen witch.
Okay. Well, plates on. One of the potions is for you guys. other group Tuesday, so give that to whoever you'd like.
Coco, what do I find you to be the one that might be up front and in the action the most?
I still have one potion from earlier. Neither of you have one.
Well, Earl? Man with
I
the plan and
might
the
as well.
explosions?
Though a potion is not the most aerodynamic item.
You drink it.
Oh, yes, of course. He quickly takes the potion.
No.
Puts it in his
Don't
pouch.
drink it. Do not drink it. Do not drink it right now.
Oh no, he doesn't drink it. He just puts it in his pouch.
Oh. Alright.
I love that you guys have your own Arillo.
Every party does. It's not D&D without.
Nice.
Funny, because I think he actually has one of the highest scores.
No, mine's a 10, thank you very much.
You're in? I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the highest out of all of us.
No, I got
What
12.
the fuck?
You have
Yeah,
12?
come
I have
on.
12.
You
Okay.
guys aren't that dumb.
12? Whoa,
Bring it back.
Einstein over here.
Yeah, watch out.
I'm pretty sure Mackinac and I are both 10 as well.
Oh yeah, we're even. See?
Well, you guys have been role-playing effectively.
Listen, I was raised by...
Damn! This is why I avoid playing wizards.
Oh shit! Shots fired. I'm just putting on my fucking armor. God damn.
While we're busy arguing with God, everyone else is getting their shit together.
Okay. You guys suit up. It's early in the morning. You go through the cache that's been left by the Inquisition. Mackinac is stolen away, and you learn some strange things about the mice. But before long, you've got all your gear and are ready to head out. What do you guys want to do? How are you approaching this? The mansion is absolutely colossal, with a set of 2 massive double doors at its front, and all sorts of different wings that kind of break off from it in a large complex. Edgar, you obviously know the grounds, front to back. But for anybody else, especially those of you who are arriving from outer space, this is all new to you.
I would point towards the kind of rough sketch of the grounds that I drew.
Sure.
And I would point towards like the quickest path to the back entrance.
Okay.
And I'll put the key down with the note and just share with everyone the information I got here.
Okay.
All right, so I mean, I didn't sense anything demonic about the note. That being said, my father does know of my relationship with Jem and knows that Jem freed me. I don't know if you can quite mimic handwriting and just the way Jem tends to deliver information, so he nailed it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and trust that this was actually one of my friends that left the note, and that the back entrance can help. You'll see here, and I'll point towards my armor and Torillo's gigantic stature. We're not exactly the stealthiest group here, although a back entrance might allow us to sidestep some initial defenses laid down by my dad. So, yeah, I say we head down the back. We'll probably find him in either the throne room, which is where he brought us initially, or his bedroom. So I say we start with that.
I can help with the sneaky part if you need.
A back entrance to the bedroom, Edgar.
Not to the bedroom that I know of. And I kind of shake my head as like a thought tries to creep in, but I fight it off. No. We're gonna be entering. It's a servant's entrance really for the kitchen. And Colcoat, that might be really helpful. One of the approaches I want to take, and I don't want to spend too much time on it, but if we could get into his personal quarters somehow and spot some kind of journal or any writings, sorry, I forgot your name. The warlock.
You can mouse over their tokens.
Dominic.
I believe Dominic alluded to any writings that might have been left. So if we can find those, if there are any, it could give us some insight on how to handle the problem of delicate. So if you guys are up to it, we can try the bedroom first.
More than happy. I'm useful in the fact that, well, if you've ever needed anything read that you haven't been able to, just ask.
We have a useful pair of eyes in Tidge that do the same thing as well, so I'm sure you guys will get along quite well. Okay, well, I guess that's the plan. We hit the back entrance, loaded for bear, but trying to be as discreet as we can. We'll head to the bedroom, fight whatever we need to, get as much information as we can, and take them head on.
If you want me to help with the sneakiness, just let me know. Table Talk, I got pass without trace if you want it.
Nice. Okay. And Table Talk too, by the way, if you guys want to interject, I'm just planning this as Edgar would plan it, so if you guys want more nuance, you can speak up. Because I know we haven't played together before, but this is just Edgar's kind of a direct type of individual, so this would be his plan.
Oh, that is our specialty.
We're pretty direct. We're just like Yooters. We've just been helping out Vossnix, and
amazing.
That's the only reason why we fought Wanty, helping out Celestine.
We pretty much
run
just
at problems.
cast pass without a trace and sneak directly in the direction of problems.
There's only been 2 times that we have fully planned something out, and that resulted in us making a catapult and a barrage wall.
And both times I rolled a nat 1 on
Don't you
stealth to start
remember
the
when
fight.
we tried to lead that burrowing creature to the temple and it failed terribly and it
That was my
attacked
fault.
us while we were at the temple?
Now you guys make your way out of the room and start to traverse through the rain, and you pass near the area where you know your ship must be cloaked, the large sphere just there, not really making its presence known at all. And you guys go past that and eventually get up towards the large estate and start to sneak around. And I'd like a stealth check from all of you, please.
As we leave the building, I'd remind Tidge. Remember, you have that necklace from your.
Did our little cat friend cast Pusui Trees?
Yeah, if we're sneaking, I'm cast.
Just reminding him of the healing necklace.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Okay.
I gotta double check how many targets I can hit with that.
That's plus 10, right? Pass without a trace.
Someone fucked with my...
Oh, okay, it's everybody. Yeah, everybody gets a plus 10.
Oh shit, okay, so that's a 29, just...
Not 20.
I rolled really fucking high for me.
Mine would be 28 then.
Okay. So you guys sneak around and eventually get up towards this back little entrance here. There's nobody around, and the grounds have clearly gone to, well, the weather over time. Yeah, and there's no nicely manicured, time that has been put into the shrubberies or anything like that. The place is starting to decay, and it's obvious. And you make your way around and are now standing in front of a little set of stairs that kind of go down into the earth a little bit and then meet at a door, which must go into the little kitchen quarters.
I'll cast Detect Evil and Good and have it running for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. What's the radius on that?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay.
And before going in, I would throw out a Divine Sense.
Right.
Actually, I'll wait until we go in, so I'm not getting cucked by the brick walls on the outside.
Sure. Are you going in?
Yeah, I would look around and just kind of shrug and put the key in and give it a try.
Okay, I want you guys to place yourselves where you would be once I kind of draw on some of the map here.
Sure.
Because, oh shit.
By the way, guys, hashtag Paladin Life, you all have +3 to your saving throws.
Oh yeah.
Hey! Fuck yeah.
So juicy.
baby! I just want you to know.
Is it within 5 feet of you, or 10 feet of you?
I believe.
Oh. Mwah. Fuck Paladin. So good.
Yeah, 10 foot aura.
So this is the little depression into the ground, and then the door that leads into the...
And if there's anyone that tends to take fat nukes to their face, I do have Aura of the Guardian where I can reflect that damage to the person inflicting it, so stay within 10 feet of me.
God damn.
Yeah, big Nick player. I'll throw out a divine sense. So.
If you hadn't noticed yet, our only in-your-face player has just left.
No.
It's cool. I got my HP.
Sure. Yeah.
Look, we're fine.
I have quite a
We're
bit of health,
fine.
so.
They have
So we
two
have
frontliners. It's plenty.
We have 2 frontliners. God damn, that's a
I
lot
don't
of
know. I
that.
got a sword now, so.
Listen, we just hit things really hard. It's fine.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would have hit things like crazy. You won't even believe it. I haven't fought in so long. I'm so ready.
Oh gosh.
I throw
Seen my
80
chat on
darts.
back.
80 is a little much, but I do throw 6 darts with advantage, or 5 darts with
Oh,
advantage.
that's with your surge.
Yes.
Are these fountains or what?
Those are flower beds where decaying plants sit in mucky ground.
Oh, right. So I wouldn't throw my divine sense yet. You're asking me for the order. Okay.
I would probably elbow Tage and just, as I'm going up and just say, or wait, yeah? Wait.
Yeah, it's Tej. the
Yeah,
warlock.
You are also Warlocky? You're Matron?
Yeah.
Warlock, yeah? I'm just gonna elbow. So, here you have special eyes. In what sense is this a bit of a bright area for you too?
No, I can't. I've heard that you can see in darker conditions sometimes, but no, my eyes are strictly let me read anything.
No. Check.
Are you
God,
turning
this-
the key, Edgar?
Is it?
I'm hearing them talk, so I'm just gonna wait here
Sure.
for a brief second.
Steve, where are you in this? order?
I will go into the front.
Okay.
With
Up against the wall, is it desecrated past?
right next to you, Edgar.
Desecrated.
For detect evil and good.
No, it is not. Though you can feel that there is a evil taint in this land.
Son of a bitch.
Taint.
God damn it.
Annie,
How are you the one doing this every time?
we're trying to be decent, okay?
Every time I hear that word, I think of the Cards Against Humanity card. You know, do you know the one?
Nope.
Where it lists them.
Enlighten us.
I don't know what the other word is. There's one in the middle, starts with a G, but I can never pronounce it. Well, anyway, it's like
Gooch?
the taint, the grundle, or the fleshy fun bridge. That's what it's
You
what
got
the
it.
card
Grundle is correct.
Fleshy fun bridge.
So I'm hearing Annie spew out some vile terms here. I'm just
The
gonna
demons have her.
Smite her!
They're
Smite her
both
down.
pagans.
She's a witch.
She's a witch.
Baby burn her.
Okay. Hearing everyone kind of die down here, I click, and I'll see if it turns.
It opens up into the room, which is much as you remember it, though a couple of things about it have peculiarly been altered. There is...
Human cadavers.
Well, there's a little table over here, and like a little desk up near the window and such. And there's also the back door over here that must lead into the rest of the place. But the whole room looks like it's just dusty and laying about, and you see like a broken bottle laying on the ground. It's disheveled, right? And I want you to make for me a perception check.
You're asking a lot of Edgar's eyes here. Oh no, not the spooky noise. Terrible. Well, I'm blind as shit.
Okay.
It's a 6.
Ooh, can I see anything?
No, you're outside. In the room here, Edgar, you notice something, which is that over on the table, somebody, despite all the mess, has laid out a bottle of something and 2 cups.
Drink me.
Okay, never say that again. Jesus
That's gonna be a
Christ.
no for me, dog.
I'm gonna have to ask you to back it up.
Back it up. I'll kind of peek the corner. Do I see a handprint? Is the bottle dusty at all?
Oh, the bottle is not dusty. And as you step forward, you see that the light from outside, gray as it is today, comes in through this dusty window and casts upon the bottle, which looks like it's been freshly wiped with a cloth almost.
Now, as a paladin, what do I know about demons to a certain extent? Because, like, do I know that they lay down temptations like this as traps? Would that be common knowledge?
Oh, I would say that you would know demons are creatures from the evil planes of existence who prey on mortals and such, and that they do have various ways of doing so. And it would not be beyond possibility that what you're looking at right now is indeed a demonic trick intended to work against you. That is possible.
Okay. I'll divine sense, real quick.
Okay. The
Any
room
kind of
is a mixture of different signatures of good and evil, neither really registering for an actual creature, but you sense conflicting energies in the room. Now, your divine sense has a range of what, 60?
60 feet, and
It's
I'll
impeded
sense
by rock.
everything, but the type and location isn't revealed to me if they're behind total cover.
Right. Okay. Your vision from divine sense is limited, and though you feel there must be things lurking about, you can't quite tell where or what.
Okay. It's weird. So good and evil. Normally places like this would be neutral, right?
Yeah.
Where's that? Okay, so the fact that there's good is bizarre.
Now you guys see Edgar step in through the door, and then he kind of looks around the place and
frozen.
just sort of freezes there in the doorway. Now, if you guys are doing anything, let me know. You're all still out there, mostly just standing in the rain with Pass Without Trace.
I mean, Earl's just letting him take his time. He knows what the fuck he's doing, probably.
Probably.
Edgar, is everything okay?
I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
Real quick, and I'll not close the door, but close it over, so it's like there's this thin crack there.
Sure.
And I'll look to the group. It's weird. I mean, evil I suspected, but I sense good in that room as well, and not just good, but something divine. Which has
Hold up.
kind of thrown me off.
We've had one of our locations that we thought was secret, sacred, and none could find it except us. We thought that'd be safe, secure, and secret. You sense divine and good coming from a hallowed place. From what you've said, would it be too far-fetched to believe that our friendly neighborhood summertime angel is nearby?
I haven't quite sensed hallowed, just tinges of good. It could be who you're describing, but also Gem, the person who gave me this key, part of an order, the Icy Dawn, who is also a celestial in her own right. It could be her presence as well. I don't know. It's just, I'll be honest with you, I came in here thinking this was going to be a very clear-cut situation of evil. I wasn't expecting it to be a mixed bag.
Edgar, was there anywhere on this property that was blessed? Don't you suppose that could be
Right.
part of it.
I nod to her, like, understand what she's going for. It could, but my sense isn't something that spans the whole estate. It's limited to, I mean, maybe 60 feet roughly, and even then, the hard walls in that room would limit it somewhat. So the fact that I can clearly sense good means it's from this room specifically.
Right, okay, well, it's pretty wet out here, so can we move inside?
I'll just kind of chuckle. Yeah, just don't touch anything, okay? And I look at her specifically.
You do like the double take.
I'll put my hands up. Right, no touching.
Yeah, and if you find a mask, you leave it.
But what about a mattress, Edgar? Could I keep a mattress?
Yeah, how many days were added on because of that?
5.
And I look at her like, no mattress.
Right, it's not like I have anywhere to keep it now, is it? They took my box.
I'll walk in.
Okay.
Just gonna look over at Coolcoat. The fuck are we in for?
I look at him.
Demons. Just don't let it kill me this time.
One hell of a ride.
Well, ideally, no one dies this time.
I'm just gonna summon a longbow.
Imagine if 2 days during the week got TPK'd simultaneously.
That's now a possibility.
No, it's not, because Mackinac is not here.
Ah, shit.
He can never die.
He is the immortal because he disappears anytime the TPK happens.
Knowing that Edgar is leading the charge, I'll be the caboose.
Okay.
I'll go right behind Edgar.
Sure.
I'm gonna scan all behind us to see if anything's looking dark.
Okay. Those of you
Before
that
heading
enter into the room notice how it looks like a bottle has been set down on the table here with 2 glasses, clean, apart from everything else in here, which is dusty and disheveled. There's a single door that leads to the rest of the place. And some of you who are in the dungeon probably remember this room and that window over there.
Oh yeah, is it broken? Because I feel like we broke the frame as we're like trying to get out.
It
Or
looks
Willow
like it's
did.
been repaired since.
Okay.
You fat kids.
Can I kind of touch the bottle and
Sure.
sense something? Just get a feel for it, more fine-tuned.
It feels normal. The bottle is a dark blue in color, and its contents seem clear, though obviously its color could be, changed given that you're looking through tinted glass.
Mm-hmm.
Pour it in the glass, Edgar.
I don't think it's the right time to drink, Annie.
Right, but you can't really see it through the bottle now, can you?
I'll just kind of furrow my brow and smile, but not quite laugh. This is game time.
Are you taking the bottle with you?
I'm not. I'm leaving it.
Okay. You pick up the bottle, look at it, put it back down, make your way to the door.
I'll let everyone kind of spill in here before I move on. The thing is, this table talk, I feel like this may be a little cadeau, a little gift left by Jem, but Edgar's not taking it.
Petit quelque chose.
Quelque chose, là.
Jesus.
That's
I'm
my-
glad that step on French.
Oh, I mean, what I said was basically redneck French, so that you need a whole different class for that. Okay. I'll just squeeze open the door just ever so slightly.
The door is unlocked, and as you open it up, you find a long hallway. And you know that in one direction it'll wrap around to a couple of guest rooms, and in the other over towards the kind of like the west wing of the estate. And I want you to make a perception roll as you're the first person to peek into this hallway.
11.
You're not alone in the hallway, and when you look up and down its length, you first stare down towards the guest rooms and immediately see something. There on the ceiling, crawling around, is some sort of strange red and black creature that is wearing little bits of humanoid clothing, and it just kind of crawls along and then turns the corner and sort of crawls away out of view around the corner.
Really not fucking down. I'm picturing the Resident Evil like lurker with the tongue.
Oh,
like,
the sewer thing?
Wearing your dad's pajamas.
That's too scary. Back it up.
Liquor, yeah, is what they're called.
Yeah.
I was imagining one of those, ropers, aka the ceiling penis.
Not quite one of those.
So, just to clarify, it's not, I'm going to post this in general, it's not this.
Oh!
Yikes.
Yeah, so it's like that, but with clothes and smaller.
Oh, shit. J'aime pas ça. Okay. I'll, close the door real quick, and I'll look back to the group. We're not alone. Whatever.
We's not alone anymore.
We's not alone.
Lucian, how well lit is the area, by the way?
The room that you're in has a large window that points out into that courtyard, and so the daytime light comes in here. But the hallway, there's no torches or anything, so it's pretty dark. When Edgar had opened it, you saw that there wasn't any light in there.
What did you see, Edgar?
I think it was one of the servants, but it was on the ceiling.
Would you like some fresh pair of eyes?
It was on the ceiling.
And
What's it doing up there?
I look at her like not down. I'm like, yeah, it was crawling up there. I think it was patrolling. And I go to Dax. I'm like, absolutely, you can take a look. It patrolled around the corner though, so you might not see.
I'm gonna go up here and just like peek through the door with like bow drawn and just like look both ways to see what I can see down the hallway.
Okay. The hallway appears to be empty when you look up and down the length. Your dark vision sees to either end, but there's nothing there.
What? How do you have dark vision?
I'm a sneaky bitch.
He's a warlock.
He was what we would call a homosex.
I was about to say something and realized we're streaming. Anyway.
Sorry, Twitch.
Sorry, Twitch.
But yeah, I have them fun warlock things where I was trying to not take it and then went, okay. Anyway, I'll just kind of step forward and go, seems clear to me. Point me in a direction. Be your eyes.
So the left, sorry, this way are the guest room? No, this way are the guest rooms, you were saying.
The guest rooms are around the corner, yeah, where the thing went. And over here is towards the western wing.
Which is what exactly?
You know that towards the west wing is like a large dining room, and there's also a huge stairway that goes both up and down into the next few floors.
So
there's a side passage into the main foyer as well, where you guys were formally arrested and all.
Okay, so just because I don't obviously drawing the whole estate is going to be bananas, but rough estimate, the foyer is around here.
Yes.
Or further down. Okay, so this would be quote unquote a room where you have like Edgar's dad's like his little throne or whatever. He can receive people, talk with them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have an actual throne, but it's like a really opulent like vestibule opening room, right?
Okay.
Got chandelier.
Yeah. No. So Papa Edwin's got his Gucci throne here, and okay, guest rooms there. I would lead the group this way. I think I don't want to go towards the guest rooms because there could be servants there that have been corrupted. I don't want to deal with that right now.
This
So
looks oddly familiar to our first map we ever had.
Stealth roll, please, friendos.
Pass Without a Trace is still up.
It is up for an hour.
Yep,
Well,
good.
with concentration.
Type your results into the chat, please.
Baby.
Oh, but I'm handy capable right now.
Oh,
What are we rolling
you
for?
can tell me yours.
I didn't hear.
I'll
So,
try my
still-
Please
best.
tell me. Please tell me, Caleb.
Oh, we're
That's
rerolling
not gay.
stealth. Oh, shit, natural 1.
Illusion.
Yes.
Look at it. Is that not
Oh.
fucked?
Yeah, that's 20. You're good.
You are like a cat.
Okay. Did you get a 12, Edgar?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I got a 3 or a 3 minus 1.
Wait, someone got a nat 1?
Yeah.
I got a natty 1.
Earl!
If I added my modifier, it's a 19, but it is a nat 1.
Okay. You guys go to move in towards the hallway as Edgar leads down. And as you do, Edgar, the sound of your metallic plates momentarily kind of bump against one another, obviously, as they always do. And the magic doesn't seem to be enough to dampen it. And at first, you're worried as you think you hear a scurrying behind you down the way towards the guest rooms. Then it pauses, and there's nothing, and everything seems like it's fine. And then you hear it sounds like a loud crack, and Earl, as you step forward, your foot goes through a broken floorboard and loudly makes a noise. And immediately the two of you in the hallway here, Dominic and Edgar, hear like a and something starts moving along.
No.
Gotta look down both ways and just kind of fuck is coming at us.
I unsheath my sword and I look towards the guest room here and I go front and
Yeah, I'm gonna just the other direction have bow drawn with arrow summoned.
Okay. Two things come around the corner, and as they do, I need initiative rolls, please.
Yeah.
Oh, see, God, this man, I'm getting fucking cut. All my rolls.
Oh my god, what are these rolls? Glad I had an advantage. That's fucking...
Oh shit. Oh, Illusion, we forgot the dots.
Oh, you don't have the dots, it's true.
Little dotties.
Little dotties, is that what they're known as?
Little dotties.
Ditto.
Ignore the villain pentagram over here, by the way.
Here.
There's nothing good here.
You can color
Nothing good
those
comes
and
in
name
this
them.
place.
Yeah, ignore all this. This is nothing.
It's a place of evil.
It's mad.
Yeah.
That's his dad
Or-
now.
Yeah, that is my dad, Edwin,
Yeah.
right there.
It's a big murder wasp we created.
And there's Papa.
God damn it. Hey, someone what? Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, am I first?
No!
This is some bullshit.
This is awesome.
Kick you that.
I only got a
I mean-
16. Normally Annie rolls like a nuclear 30 on initiative.
And let me guess, Illusion.
What?
Even though I knew he was coming, or they were there, and I'm prepared, I got nothing going on, right? No dodge, no nothing. I'm just waiting.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it looks like I'm first. There's so many smarties. Okay, so these guys come running down the ceiling here, right? And they move incredibly fast. And let's get rid of these. Don't need to look at those. They get over to here when one of them attacks you, Edgar, and does a. Oh yeah, that's probably a hit. Does a 24 hit?
Barely.
Barely, he says. Make a strength saving throw, please.
I just wanted to say it like that, you know.
Oh yeah, to be
See-
cool.
See, that actually wouldn't hit me.
Oof. That's a 23 strength saving.
Okay. You are hit for 3 damage. And
Minus 3. Correct.
the tongue lashes out at you and grabs onto your body and grapples you, and then tries to pull you towards it. And the creature is struggling, unable to pull you over as your weighted down and far too strong for the thing. But you are currently grappled.
It's about to get its world rocked right now.
The other creature here just goes past and moves around here and makes a... Let's see here. Actually comes right up to you, Edgar.
You
and
took
swings.
the picture! Aw, I love it! Terrifying.
He slashes at you with a 13.
Oh, that's definitely missing.
Okay. So you block that with your shield. And it is Annie's turn, it seems.
Okay, so I think that we all rolled a 14.
So you guys just
Do we
choose who
wanna
goes
figure-
first.
Yeah, do we want to figure that out first, guys? Who else is it?
It's me and Colcoat.
No,
Did I move
I'm
you up,
I'm
Illusion?
way down on the.
Oh, all right, because you stole my goddamn token. I hit a 14 as well.
Okay, well, you go first then.
All right. All right, I'll just shoot at the one that's currently attacking the new ally, moving a step back.
Sure.
And yeah, I'll just shoot at him
Glancing
twice.
shot.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's modded 20.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage.
Alright. What damage did I... Yeah, this one. Oh. Why is that the big one?
Mm.
Oh,
That's
hey.
why.
Oh.
Very nice.
14 points of damage.
Okay. What type?
Piercing.
Piercing. Okay. The thing recoils as you shoot it.
And once more. Oh. Oh boy.
It's going on a journey.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
another 20.
Okay. Yep, that also
Okay.
hits.
Another 14
Oh.
points of damage.
Okay. With that second shot, this one tumbles backwards and falls to the ground, and writhing around, gradually turns into little bits of ash that blow away on the wind, leaving
Ooh.
nothing but small bits of like humanoid clothing there.
Humanoid?
Yes.
I do believe you've evaded my trap. Can you flip that for me? Because I can't actually flip it anymore. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
From that shattered soul, Spectre arises.
Okay. And is that your turn?
Yeah, now roll for him too. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. You're up, Annie. No, he'll just go on your turn next time.
Okay.
So I hear this kerfuffle in the hallway.
Yes.
So these are 5 foot, or are they?
5 foot squares. Hexagons.
Oh, no, I have half. Okay, can I go through the specter?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's an ethereal ally.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end up here.
Okay.
Whoops. And then, I would like to bonus action dash not very far, and then make an attack on this wicked, scary guy.
Okay.
Alright, please be a nice one. Fuck you. Alright, great!
Annie's out. Let her get feared.
Um,
She'll never fight again.
A 9 does a wait, hang on. Do I get a plus? Fuck. I'm pretty sure it's a 9.
9's a miss.
Balls. Okay, well, I'm gonna die. I don't want to take a opportunity attack, so I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay. Tidge, I believe you're up.
Okay. If I move out into the hall here, can I see that last guy, or is this kind of
Yeah, he's on the ceiling, and he's got his
Okay.
tongue stretching all the way over, grabbing onto Edgar and pulling at him.
Alright, I'll send a couple Eldritch Blasts his way.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. 18. for the
18
first
hits.
one. And then the second one... 20.
Okay, that also hits. Roll deeps.
those are 10s. Why do I know? Oops. Okay. Just verify. Yes. Alright, that would be 16 force damage.
Okay. The 2 crackling shots fly across here and strike the thing, and it falls from the ceiling and turns to ash. And you guys are no longer in combat.
Gonna look to the man beside me and go, Warlocks.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Did I ever name the Spectre?
I think it was Timothy.
You did give it a name, but it was like a shit name. Like,
Pete
Harvey?
Spector.
I don't know. It wasn't like a people name. It was like.
Name it Casey Kasem after the creepy guy on the radio.
That's Shaggy, man.
Hi, Casey Kasem here with the Sunday Night Radio Top 50.
Well then.
Good to see you again, friend.
I'll just walk through, eye the Spectre suspiciously a little bit, and keep heading down the hallway.
Sure. Annie, can you make a perception check, please?
Oh shit, Snicker.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Sorry, Twitch.
Whoa!
Did you just say snicker? Because that's our word. Can someone
Yeah,
confirm
I
she's
did.
white?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We're in the clear. We're in the black.
A plus. 14.
14. Okay. You hear strange things, and you're pretty sure there are creatures moving around in the guest quarters just around that end of the hall. Your group files in and starts to make their way past Edgar. You don't know if they are even aware of what lurks around the corner.
Hang on. I would like to pat Earl on the shoulder. Earl, can you pass along? There's creepy crawlies in the next room making weird noises. That's it.
You want me to pass this along to?
Yes.
Could you whisper that to the others, or is this? Do we have to be really quiet? I don't.
I would
I'm
prefer
sorry.
it if we were quiet.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. Orillo, big guy.
He's literally right next to me, so probably cool.
Hey,
Or cold.
hey,
Cool.
there's
Cool
there's
cat.
there's
His alter ego. Sorry, that's not even funny. I don't.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. But
It is a cool cat is an anagram of coal coat by
Right.
chance.
By chance.
I mean, Earl just tells Orillo to tell Colcoat.
What do you say to Arillo?
Yeah, this is a serious case of broken telephone with him, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
There are apparently enemies in the next hallway. I need you to whisper this to Colcoat because it's very important. You just be quiet.
Why is it important though?
What? Shh. Sorry, this is confusing me. I'm sorry. I can't keep this up, Annabelle. This is.
oh my god, I'm gonna push past him all the way to the front. Edgar!
You just see my shoulders shrug up as like a sharp wince, and I just look over my shoulder. Yes.
Edgar, I think there's more of them. Down the way.
Okay, if you have keen eyes, do you mind staying at the back and alerting us? If they start charging us, we might as well just turn around. So.
Oh great, I'll just yell.
No, you might as well. I mean, if they're charging us at that point.
Okay.
Okay. Further up the way, there is a passage, and this leads down towards the foyer. There's a doorway here. We're going to be using a lot of the map, so just get that shit out of here.
Get the...
Get out of here.
There's a turn there.
What are the walls made out of?
Stone.
Brick,
Sheetrock, some plaster.
stone, plaster and lats.
Dick.
Dead people.
Bones.
Seeing that I'm towards the middle, I'm gonna close my eyes, snap my finger, and my raven will appear on my shoulder.
Sure.
And I'll look to Tidge. Kind of nod.
I'll make my owl appear.
Your snap echoes through the halls and everything just comes out this hall.
Can I get a quick rundown on what's here?
This is towards the foyer.
Okay.
Around the corner, this will lead into the dining room. This is another cooking quarters, and straight down this hallway leads to the stairwell.
I'm gonna divine sense here, real quick, see what's going on.
Ah, okay. Let's see here. You can sense. Make a luck roll for me, please.
Yes, sir. I mean, you guys are making me insecure with the big dice, so I'm gonna take the filthy slut dice on this one.
Wait, divine sense. Confirm one thing that you sense.
Demons?
The undead right beside you.
Oh! Big Dick 19!
Okay.
Apple bottom jeans,
Boots with furs included. You can tell that through the door there, the room over towards your left is free of any demonic creatures.
Lord have mercy.
There may also be a fresh pie in there. Which
Okay,
registers on your paladin senses. Like pure good.
I pause him. Good old American apple pie.
Fiend Celestials, Undead, and Pie.
So, the spiral staircase leading to the second floor and possibly my father's bedroom would be where?
Down this hall.
Okay. So the foyer, I'm assuming if Jen gave me a backdoor key, the foyer is probably where the most traps are and the most enemies. So
Who
I'm
knows?
gonna skip that shit. I'm going with Edgar's logic here, which might not be sound.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go here, and before crossing, I'm gonna look down.
Okay. It's a long ways, and then eventually opens up into the big room itself. And
I probably ask for Dominic's help too here, because I don't know how far my paltry human vision would go before I can't see shit.
I'll just pop in behind with, I don't know, I'm gonna call him Spec.
Casey Kasem.
I tried to find the name. There's a name. He has a name. I know it. He has a name. Anyway. Oh no. Don't say that. That just hurts. Because he has 60 feet of dark vision too, but I'm just gonna look down on Trey feet. Do I see anything?
That was
look down the hall.
Yeah.
The foyer appears to be empty from what you can see.
I'm just going to be whispering and relaying anything that I see out of the ordinary. Well, there's a decor there that looks like it hasn't been catered in a long time. Really, your father should hire better servants. Sorry, I apologize for them. Your own behalf.
Now, Arillo and Erlebald, I would like perception rolls from you guys, please.
Whoa.
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
roll the most fucked up way every time, but somehow that's amazing.
Oh, that was almost a 20. That's so impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9.
Mine.
A
Good.
14.
Yeah, yours is good.
Okay, it looked jank for me, but I wanted to be sure.
I wonder what your camera angle is sometimes.
It's messed up.
It's upside down.
I like to think it's like super flat where he can't see anything and he has to zoom in real close. like
I
if you hold
do
right
zoom
click
in
and
real
drag it
close.
up, just drag it up and it's like level to the table. That's how I like to think he looks at this table.
A 16. Okay. Let's see here.
60.
Annabelle, does a 24 hit?
What the hell? Yeah.
Get triggity wrecked.
You take 7 damage, and I need a
Can I
strength
jump in
saving
front of
throw,
that?
please.
What the?
Were you looking behind you?
Yeah. Oh.
Clearly it was not good
I was
enough.
gonna ask if I could jump in front
Plus.
of
Yeah, nothing. 18.
you. No thanks.
You are suddenly attacked here and constricted by one of these tongues here from the creature, and you watch as the thing basically materializes on the ceiling, like as some sort of invisibility drops from it, or as though it just peels from the shadows itself. And I need you guys to roll combat, or roll initiative again, please.
Okay.
Hey, watch me get
We're fucking
another
these
again,
kids.
where
I'm done with this shit.
Mocky mock. Here we go.
Hey, another
Oh, finally.
shiki.
Stop rolling so high. God damn it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be able to make attack.
Oh,
What
no.
Probably
class
not.
is Annie?
She's a swashbuckler.
Oh, that's why the initiative's so high.
Swishbuckler.
Wait,
Play.
who's this?
Hashtag
Oh,
swashbuckler.
you want to go first? Okay.
No, I don't
Oh,
care.
well, it's already decided. You're first.
Look what you've done, Earl.
Shit.
It's your turn.
You've given
Alright,
me,
well, time to dick on a demon, let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna, because I'm half ranger now, I'm gonna roll these with advantage.
Oh my god.
And then, God, I had to color code all my dice because I'm rolling 6 at once and I have to keep track of each set. I lead a very hard life. Okay, so that is these are with sharpshooter.
Okay.
So this is
Damn.
a...
There's a nat 20 in there.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, there is? That's a 20, that's a nat 20, and then this is a 17.
All those hit.
Oh baby.
The
That's
9
what I
plus
like to
mod
hear.
must hit, right?
Oh wait, I took 7 damage.
The mod is only like
The mod's plus 5.
So
But yeah,
14.
it's not great since sharpshooter. Alright, and one of them was a crit. Do quick maths.
Why do I have a purple or magnifying glass?
that's me.
Oh, okay. I was like, why is that on my screen? It's interesting. I've never seen that.
When you search into a bag.
Alright, so that's
Ah.
gonna be 49 points of pure dart damage.
Okay. Annabelle, you're grabbed here, and the creature tries to pull you down the hall. But Earl, standing next to you, is quick to act, and before the creature can make a second attack, he's grabbed a bunch of different darts from his coat there and throws them down. And in lightning speed, they go and whip and hit this creature like little pinpoint needles, and then the thing just breaks apart into ash and disappears. And you guys are no longer in combat.
You've got some good aim with those little dart things you got on your coat.
Yes, that's what I do. Sort of, yes, I threw darts.
Great, it was a compliment, but you know.
I can't tell sometimes. People are often condescending when it comes to darts.
No, you have great aim. Keep moving.
It's eyeing her a little suspiciously, but keeps moving.
Okay.
Do they fall apart into visible piles of ash, like on the floor?
No, they just, like, blow away on the wind. A wind that doesn't seem to exist.
Are
Okay.
you trying to make a
3
poem
spooky, 5
illusion?
me.
Now, does anybody go into the door here on the left? As you guys are passing by?
Nope, just following Edgar.
Okay.
Curiosity's peaked.
I've still got detect good and evil.
Actually, I mean, I have to ask. I have to think. I know there are no demons back there. And I don't know if there are any servants left alive. I know most of them fled. Knowing for sure this room is clear, it's clear based on my divine sense. I would peek in just
Okay.
to see what's going on.
Inside of the room, there is a bit of light that casts from outside, and through a window that has actually been boarded up with pieces of wood and only has small, like rays of light that manage to peer through. You see something horrific. The room is filled with blood and gore, as though some sort of horrid massacre has taken place here. And in this large kitchen area where a lot of the servants would cook for the household instead of for themselves in the small room where you made your way through, there is like shredded pieces of cloth and caked blood and all sorts of like old food laying around, like preserves and stuff like that, just stashed all over the place. There's a huge shelf with nothing but like canned apples.
He
Ha
stopped.
ha 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 ha.
Yeah, if you
Huh.
guys missed it Tuesday, her crack cocaine is canning apples. So
Fuck off! It isn't that. Okay. What the hell?
I will confirm.
oh, great
Oh.
betrayal. A2 bate.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So the canned
Oh.
apples
The
are
fuck,
for
Brutus?
him, but he just blames it on me. You know, the one that's actually addicted to the freaking applesauce.
You hooked on the sauce, bro?
And cider.
I mean, if you ain't got no sauce, then you lost.
God damn it.
You can get lost in the sauce.
Get lost in the sauce. Oh.
She's going up that
Oh.
octaves.
Oh. We've almost hit all the high notes. It's increasing. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, we're done.
I would close the door, not letting anyone see it, and
Okay.
just get really disgusted.
Bad for morale. Yeah, you close that.
Yeah.
Orillo,
and,
can you be in the back?
All right.
Don't leave Tidge in the back, please. Oh God.
I'm gonna be,
He's
gonna
been
be-
he's been grabbed by so many things, so many times.
Flashback to
The bees.
Goodbye.
We need to be around him like a bunch of Hollywood bouncers. Fuck.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah,
Wednesday has
we all-
alter ego
We all
forms
have alternate tokens. Oh yeah.
Oh,
from a
you
very
do?
bad combat encounter.
Oh yeah. So I'll let Dominic look down this hallway here, and I'll stay
Sure.
on the wall, peeking
I
myself.
don't have an alternate. Go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yep,
do.
I do. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a rock.
Do you guys actually mention not to leave Tidge by himself?
I don't mention it. No. I would kind of like. I mean, I'm at front, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I wouldn't be doing anything guiding you guys, so it's back there.
So there's a stairwell over here. And it goes both up and down. And you can see that immediately there, Dominic.
Nothing strange about a stairwell, is there?
Not last time I was here, but you never know. Look, I don't think there are many survivors. Let's just head up and see if we can find them.
Now, as you say that, Edgar, there's a sort of warbling, and you guys all feel a time skip happen. And Earl
Fuck!
disappears.
God damn it!
As I know that you must head off, Erlebald.
Thank you.
No problem. You have yourself a good
Toodaloo.
night.
Okay,
Hey, bro.
we gonna die now probably. Take care.
Just don't let anyone die. Easy peasy. Adios, everybody.
See you,
Take
dude.
care.
See you
Thank
later,
you.
man.
Would we even know, or we felt the time skip?
Yeah, you would all feel this.
Great. Oh, we're fighting a demon now with, you know.
Ugh.
I'll whisper to Edgar real quick. We have to press forward. If they skip ahead and we fail, they'll be skipping into a trap. Or does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll just nod. I know what you're saying.
Not wrong. I'm here with you, but if not, hopefully my Spectre will be.
I'll just nod, and I'll call up Cold actually.
Yes. What can I do for you?
We're gonna need a good pair of eyes and something subtle just to scope out the stairs. Do you mind heading up with maybe Annabelle, letting us know what's in there? We don't want to group up in that stairwell if we don't know what's on the other side.
Going upstairs?
Upstairs, yes.
Yes, I can have a look.
Okay.
I'll just gesture to Annie here real quick and try to push her on. Annie, if you don't mind, go with Cold Coat. Scope this out. We do not want to be caught in the stairwell for a fight. So if you could clear it up, send one of you back down, and we'll move up.
One? Okay.
Well, one of you would stay up, keep your eyes on the hallway. We'll head up there as quickly as we can.
No problem. Time for the sneaky sneak.
Okay. 2 stealth
Your
checks,
accent
please.
is badass, by the way. I love your Tabaxi accent.
Do we still have Pass Without a Trace, or is that?
I think you do.
Yeah, it's an hour, so it's still up. Oh, jeez. See?
I wasn't
Big
sure
dice.
who.
Whew. Yeah, it's still up
The
for now.
person left. Okay. Making sure.
Okay. The two of you go crawling up the stairs here and creepily make your way towards the top. Now, there's something peculiar here. The stairwell ends, and do either of you have night vision?
No.
Okay.
No.
Both
I
make
have,
perception checks, please.
Blind lady syndrome because the lady stole my night vision goggles.
Okay.
Perception.
That's 23. Yeah.
Hang on. Yep, 18.
The stairwell appears to be clear, and it ends at a darkened hallway that leads off to who knows what. You can't see at all down that direction, but you guys can both hear. And Annabelle, you hear what sounds like sounds of motion, or like strange somethings from down there. Perhaps it's wind blowing through a vacant window that's just been left hanging, or maybe something else, a clock or whatever. But Colcoat, you hear the same thing, but you're pretty sure you know what it is. You think that there's 2 creatures somewhere down the hallway that are breathing heavily in a labored fashion, and they sound unhealthy, kind of like they're breathing their last breath, sort of thing.
Does it seem like they've noticed us up here?
It doesn't seem like it, and the sounds don't seem to be alerted to you two as you make your way to the top of the stairs.
Do you hear something?
Yes. I don't. Maybe we should both go back down.
Right, I don't feel comfortable staying up here by myself.
Yeah, let's both go. There's definitely something there. Multiple somethings.
Oh, great. Back down we go.
Okay. The 2 come back, and they look slightly shook.
Are you two alright?
No, Edgar, I know you told us to keep one of us up there, but there's some creepy happenings, and I don't want to be there alone.
There's definitely something up there. Something was breathing. It sounded like it. Kind of sounded like it was dying, but maybe it's like a dead thing brought back. But it's up there.
I'll look around. Does anyone else feel like they can tag along with these 2 without making a ruckus?
No.
Nervous laughter.
But the Spectre could move through things without making a sound. And it can see.
I'm thinking, Cold Annabelle, if you want us to go up, no problem, but the element of surprise isn't something we've been able to benefit from quite often. if we have just 1 or 2 more people with you, you might be able to get the drop on them and take them out very quickly.
Edgar, time is against us. We do have a bit of magic from our friend here, but that shrouds us. We can't dawdle too much, though.
You're right. Okay. And I crack my neck, and I just fucking walk. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
You don't even get to the top of the landing before you hear what sounds like monsters sort of snarling to themselves, and something comes pacing down. You hear heavy footsteps moving in a pace that's not human.
Shield. I'm smacking my shield with my sword, getting
That's
amped
the
up.
thing. That's the breathing thing.
Oh
No.
god, there's gonna be something
I
behind
don't-
this.
Fuck. Well, yeah, you guys should probably check that out. But I'm here preparing to dodge, and I got my shield up, my sword ready, and I'm fucking.
Do you have any
ready to
vision?
smack down. I have no vision.
Okay. So you're up there, and where's everybody else?
I'm guarding the back of the pack.
Okay.
I'm gonna have my
Yeah, I
specter
prefer
up
Kitch
with.
not to be in the back.
Would I have
care of myself.
would I have to be like down the stairs?
What's that?
Would I have time to just quickly like get down the
Oh, look
stairs so
down.
that if it comes down, I could kind of come up behind it?
If Edgar's not being subtle, I'll light my lantern.
I'm trying to picture what you mean by go down the stairs.
Well,
Are-
it's a staircase
is there
that
a-
goes up and down, right?
Yeah.
So I would just go to the down part and
Well, you want
like
to go
down
into
a
the
little
basement?
bit.
Oh.
Well, I don't want to just like down at like a little bit of the step.
he cut you off. Wait. No. I'm not saying go down. I just like a few steps. No?
Okay. Yeah, you can go just a couple steps down.
Dude, if I see you get pulled into the abyss, I'm leaving. So I hope.
I wouldn't blame you at all.
Oh,
If you fail that strength saving throw, it's GG.
Gorilla leaves no man behind.
So, up at the top of the landing, Edgar, you have no light, but your companions are behind you, and you hear what sounds like lumbering hulks moving towards you in the darkness. And not only do you hear their thunderous steps moving in a pace that would befit somebody with a horrible limp or something like that, but you also hear the sound of, like, armor. And it sounds like 2 sets of, like, heavily armored foes moving towards
Can
you.
I would cast then. I would cast branding smite. They're like a minute out, right? Like I know they're coming right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Kalik would be lighting his lantern, so I get some vision,
Okay.
and I'll be shield prepared, so preparing to dodge. But I'll prepare branding smite on my sword.
Okay.
can I have a specter ready to reach through the floor of the stairs? Is that janky bullshit?
That sounds like janky bullshit.
Alright.
The
Calls it like he sees it.
the flash of what you see from your smite there as you wreathe your sword in flame for a split second, preparing it, and then see the lantern that Kalik flips on. There's 2 heavy sets of armor coming towards you, and you recognize them. These are your father's 2 right-hand men, 2 mercenaries that he's always kept at his side. But in their place, you see what looks like a horrible mutation of, like, roiling flesh with, like, multiple eyes and mouths where they shouldn't be, and strange limbs coming out of corners, keeping certain parts of the armor from closing up properly. They're just like a shambling mess of flesh moving in suits of plate armor coming towards you, and they have their weapons at hand and other strange demonic appendages, and immediately swing for you. And we're actually going to end the session there.
Oh.
No!
So
Why?
are you guys able to join us for next session then, or what's
Oh
going on?
yeah.
So
I'll be
we'll
down.
talk about that. We'll get to that.
Can we please just do that, con?
But there's so much more. I don't wanna run forever. So
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not you kill these and then your dad's like, okay, I'm good.
No, is it not that?
it's definitely, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
So players, well done. I think you guys did really good, and I hope you enjoyed the crossover episode. I thought it was
Big
pretty
time.
fun.
That was awesome.
And
I mean, it's super fun that we've been able to do it without like stepping on each other's toes or anything. I feel like we jive well.
yeah, you mesh pretty well together. We'll talk a little bit about that after I kill stream and all that. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Thursday has one of their cross sessions coming up tomorrow, so tune in for that stuff. Adios.
Woo.
Peace out.
Bye.
See ya.
So I'm going to kill stream here and.